God gave me the keys, so I'm logging in. Had to get off TikTok, watch how I be clocking in. Felt the Holy Spirit on the stage when I was walking in. If you got a problem with me, you gon' have to talk to him. Big facts. This little heaven off a big stack. So that Range Rover Deuces, I don't miss that. Had to get up my excuses on a diss track. I be walking where the truth is, ain't no zigzag, no more. Tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get a prize if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, whoa, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop, drop, just kill the beat. It's a whole song about humility. I stay clear where the ceilings see, cause I know that's where many other villains be. Me and my fam try to keep a low profile. Head stay straight, don't worry about a profile. Can't burn out when you keep it on the low dial. They say no, wait, now they saying oh wow. No more over, tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get a prize if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, whoa, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it dropped. Okay, yeah. Hey, how you start is how you finish. Like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits, huh? We got no limits, huh?
Yeah.
I put on my J's, you
What's
already know the
poppin'?
dealer. But this ain't a game, this is life, this is a killer. He'll try to trap your soul, I ain't talking Bryson Tiller. But really he's a dog standing next to a gorilla. My ability to go gorilla beat is from Elohim. Ain't no competition in my game, it's just me on me. And this composition ain't for fame, it's for G.O.D. Tell the devil go back where you came, cause we walking free. Hop on the stage and I'm ready for war. I'm not the same person I was before. I see
We ready. Happy Friday.
In Jesus' name we breaking out of Hades.
Happy Friday. Let's go.
Hey, how you start is how you finish. How you feel like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay.
All right. Let's go. W. Welcome in. Let's do this. Happy Friday. Game time, baby. Game time. Can I give y'all one more? Give me 1 minute. One more.
A2000 EST. OCOEE. Yeah. Hey. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I need peace. I need love. I need everything that's coming from above. I'm with my dog. Ay, birds of a feather, we gon' fly together. Ay, we gon' rock forever like it's heavy metal. I ain't Christopher Columbus, I would never settle. I ain't Lewis, I ain't Clark, I would never settle.
All right, what's good? Welcome in. Let's get the day started.
Why you talking? You should listen for real.
For real.
Jaywalking got me limping.
For real.
Hey, jaywalking.
For real.
Hey, Jesus walking. Hey, Jesus talking.
All right, who we got here today?
I need a whole lot of that way. Where I'm about to go like amigo. Can't see the vision that you can't be me amigos. I call up my girl and then we pull up to the Rego. That's the only time we pay to see you acting way different.
Alright.
Way different. Same book, but the page different.
Same book, but the page different.
I'm lane switching, well I'm lane switching. Hold on, let me put my turning signal on. So they see me coming, they still can't see me coming. Only two things that I need is peace. I need love.
Alright, we good.
I need everything.
Welcome in. Welcome in. Happy Friday, everyone. Let's do it.
I need love. I need
They like how he, who he, what is
this?
this?
Hey, my studio is wherever I sit. Hey, I plug in the microphone and then you hear that click.
Alright, we good. Alright, let's see who we got here. Z Gamer in the house. Let's go.
It's a hit.
Bands counted up in the
Hey,
building.
when you hit 'em
What's
like,
poppin'? What's
whoa,
poppin'?
man. Hey,
Make 'em do the uh-oh.
man. Hey, how you just came up with whoa, man.
Flow electric, this is not a slow
dance.
Okay.
We come together.
Alright, we're good. We good. What up, Dev? What up, Kelvin? How y'all feeling? Wokey in the house. Clubhouse in the building. What up, Benji? What up, Badio Life? Jerry in the house. New name in the clubhouse. Welcome, welcome. Benji in the building. What's poppin'? What's poppin', everyone? What up, Arrow Sassy? YouTube, how we feeling? Wow, yesterday was crazy. Holy. Thought it was Drake. Thought it was Drake. Back to the
only two things that I need is peace. I need love.
Drizzy.
I need everything that's
Nope.
coming from above.
Okay. Well, how y'all feeling? Good to see you guys. What up, Shubs? Shub in the building. Yo, tell me that first track doesn't go hard. It's not how you finish. Alright, man. Alright, enough games. We'll party later. Baby. We'll party later. When their party's ending, ours will be beginning, right? Let's go. What up, GK? Futures Lore in the house. What's poppin', guys? What's poppin'? Connor FX in the building. Mike Go, Eric P, PM Magnifico, Engineer 14, Sparrows in the house. What's poppin'? What up, Engineer? How we doing today, man? Juan's in the building. Good morning, Allison. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, George T. Nico in the house. What up, Nico? How are you, brother? Bink, bink, bink. Yeah, those emojis remind me of the Bink. The good old Bink, baby. All right, let's get into it here. Sim Z in the house. What's poppin'? Louis G in the house. Okay. What up, Nico? The Island Boy. What is it again? The Island Trader, right? Island Boy, Island Trader, something like that. Balkan Trades in the building. What's poppin'? Island Boy Trading. Oh yeah, there you go. All three of them. W, brother. W. Excited for you, man. Excited for you. What's up, Dominic? How y'all feeling? I'm always excited when I see people getting fired up about life, man. So Nico's fired up about life. I'm always excited to see that. Jay Moore in the building. What's up, Jay Moore? How are you, brother? Good to see you. Good to see y'all, man. How's everyone doing? Yanosh in the house. What up, Yanosh? What's up, Nelson? How are you, bro? What's up, Wayne? Good to see y'all. Bink, bink, bink. X2. What's goody, Wayne? I like that. I like that YouTube emoji. I like that. All right, Tony Gold in the house. What up, Tony? All right, speaking of gold, let's go ahead and get into this day. It is going to be gold. What's up, Nigel? How you feeling, brother? How you doing? All right, let's go ahead and dive into this day. It is Friday. It is June 20th. And man, where did June go? We just creeping all the way through June. Slow and steady here, man. Just how we like it. What up, hero of the day? All right, well, today is Friday. Let's go ahead and get into it. Let's pray real quick, and then we'll begin here, all right? Let's do it. Well, Father in heaven, Lord, we thank you for this opportunity. I see in the chat love from India, from Africa, from Germany, Lord, from everywhere in the world, Father. So we thank you for using this internet and this YouTube and specifically the Time to Eat live stream, Lord, to bring the minds together from all over the world, Lord. We thank you for your promises over our life, Lord. We thank you for all the good that comes from you. We know it all comes from you, Lord, and we know that it's all for us and that all we have to do is align ourselves, follow your laws, and we thank you for just writing that out step by step for us, Lord. We thank you for all that you've called us to, for the vision in front of us. Keep us steadfast, Lord, in our journey, and we thank you for all of your gifts and presents, and we thank you for it in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. What a week. What a week. What a month. What a year. What a life. W, man. W. All right. Let's finish the week strong. Let's finish the month strong, and let's go ahead and jump into this here today. So again, today is Friday. It is the 20th day of June, and we're good. We're pretty clean here today. We don't have much going on. Nothing red folder to really get in our way. We might get some political talk throughout the day, and that should be fine. But as of the red folder news, we really don't have much ahead of us here today. So real quick, next week, though, I just want to touch on that really quick. We got a lot of stuff happening. Next week, you have PMI on Monday right out the gate. Tuesday, you have Powell speaking again at 10. Wednesday, you're going to have a Powell speaking again, right? And then there's a big Fed week next week. You'll have unemployment claims. You'll have the GDP coming in as well. And then Friday, you're going to have all this stuff too, the core PC. So we got a big week next week, and then that'll roll us right into July there. So yeah, let's finish this month out strong here. We should have a lot of volatility to play with, and yeah, that should be a fun week next week. So let's wrap it up here on Friday. Let's focus here on Friday, and we'll get through this day. We'll have some great conversation here today. I'll answer any questions that you guys may have, talk about the charts, and hopefully we can walk away with a W here today. All right. That's the plan. Yeah, Trump trying to pop Powell out of that seat, man. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the technicals. If you guys can, give the stream a like for me. Let's get the likes out of the way real quick. If you're not subbed to the channel, just get that out of the way too. I mean, you're going to sub anyway, whether it's in an hour or 2 hours or in a day or 2 days or a week or 2 weeks. So you might as well just sub now. Get it over with. And let's begin this breakdown. Do yourself a favor and sub to the channel. All right, we're good to go. Let's talk about Goldie here. Let's jump into it. This is the daily time frame on gold, and we are starting to push down a little bit, right? We've been pushing down the entire session here. One thing I do notice that stands out right away to me is the fact that there's no top wick on that candle, right? So no top wick on the candle. The wicks have been filled. We could definitely make our way down to that support level down there, but again, with no wick on the top, if we do end up getting like a 4-hour bullish closure or something like that, I will probably look to see if I can go long here on gold to, you know, run back up towards 86 there. I am bearish, but this whole move already happened, so I don't know how bearish I am still, but that's obviously going to come down to the technicals here. Let me just lower this music a little bit. Come down to the technicals on the, you know, lower time frames a little bit, but as of right now, I can see that this daily currently doesn't have a top wick on it. We have officially filled the wick, and now we'll kind of let the 4-hour guide us from here. But let's just keep all that in the back of our mind. Oh, what do you know? The 4-hour did close bullish, so we do have a bullish closure here on the 4-hour candle. So we have officially created a support, right? So this was a beautiful move down. Obviously, this whole clean range was the range that we really wanted to take advantage. I did take some late night sells last night after an elite call that I did. I did get hit on at break even on this account, but my live account you know, made profits or whatever. But this was a support right on the 4-hour time frame. So whether or not this support holds, I don't know, but if it doesn't, then I will probably remain bearish here. But if we start closing weak bullish, you know, in 2 hours or so, and you get like a celery play, you're most likely going to pop here. So let's take a look at the 1 hour, see what's cooking here, because the 1 hour candle just closed. We're pushing into NY open now. So you have support sitting here. Let's take a look at that 30-minute time frame. 30-minute has support here. So yeah, Man, yeah, I don't like the sells here. I think we could say, hey, we'll leave this as a bit of an observation zone, and if we can get a 15-minute closure back above the range, then NY Open may begin to push us back up here, right? But we got to get a closure. So a nice closure above like this will be perfect. That would also be a 15-minute fake out here at NY Open. So if we could break the lows even better, right? Close something like that, and then we could anticipate the 4-hour candle to now start moving up during NY Open, and even the daily candle up here to potentially get a top wick at some point. So that's basically what I'll be looking for. The sells are still valid, but we've already pushed down so far, right? So let's open up that hour candle again real quick. So we do have clean range below this support. So yeah, I mean, if you get probably like a bullish candle closure and then another bearish one below, I think that'll be okay, right? Something like this. And then we can continue taking sells for the rest of the day. So it's just really the 30-minute, 15-minute time frame is going to dictate everything we do moving forward here. So big closure coming up on the 15. This is our NY Open candle. Again, we have been moving down for quite some time here. I'll be honest, I'd be taking partials, right? If I was going to sell from here, right, I'd be taking partials right there or closing full. Reason being that that's going to be a high level for price to reject out of there and come back up, right? So yeah, let's see if we get the fake out. And if we get it, then we can possibly attempt some buys to move back up here. Yeah, 4 hours still never broke the lows. If we start pushing back up and break these highs, you should see the push. Daily candle again, still no top wick. That's what kind of gears me towards taking these buys here. 1 hour closing at support, 30-minute closing at support, potential fake out on the 30-minute time frame. Looks pretty good to me. So we'll see what happens. Any more sells that I take are either going to be somewhere below here, or somewhere right up here. You know, somewhere up here or up here, not right there. All right, does that make sense? Because if we can get a pullback and then a little fake out, now I'll be down to take my sells, right? Or if we get a steeper pullback, right, then I'd be down to take the sells from up here on a bearish closure. But to take them right here is absolutely beep. You know what? So that's it, man. That's it. There we go. There we go. Cool. So potential fake outs here. And basically, if you guys look left, right, we kind of closed above here, and then we made a nice little push up. So that would be the idea here, is if we can get a nice little closure above, the next candles can kind of make their way up and fill that wick. And then again, I think this is the 4-hour flip. Let me just make sure. Let me see something here. 4-hour. Yeah, so that's going to be the 4-hour flipping up, breaking the highs there. So yeah, we'll see what happens. Yeah, hopefully we can get entries from down here and then make our way up. Cool. That's the game. That's the game for today on gold. So we got a couple different scenarios we drew out, right? We got a couple different looks, couple different ideas, and now we play with those ideas. So we have 3 or 4 ideas for price to basically come to us and show us its hand, right? Basically give us the playbook setup. So that's it. I mean, if one of 3 of those show up today, we're in trades. If none of those show up, we're not in trades. So that's how simple trading could be. And it doesn't have to be you come up here and just start swinging the bat, shooting your gun, throwing your darts. It's not it's not that at all, right? The 8-figure dudes are laughing at those guys. So sit tight, wait for your opportunities to come, and when they do come, we'll execute. Cool. We're doing very, very well this week. I think we should just follow that plan. All right. That plan has gotten us to have a week that looks like this. So I think we should continue to follow. Actually, a month that looked like this. Yesterday we got a little scare. You know, we started the day red yesterday, and or was it? Yeah, this one here, right? We started red. We came back up. We went back down. We almost had a red day. Almost. So we're going to keep pushing. Again, June statistically is our best month of the year after year after year so far. So we'll see how that plays out. So far, so good here in 2025. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's take a look at NQ here as well. Let's do a fresh analysis on the NASDAQ, and let's see what we got cooking. All right, so daily. Again, we talked about this in Asian last night. The daily don't know what the heck's going on, right? So it's all choppy, it's all gappy, it's all whatever it is, right? But all in all, we see here that the daily candle is now breaking, excuse me, the previous daily candle's high. So let's go see what that looks like. 4 hour breaking this high, which is a celery play, which actually looks very clean. Let's see what the 1 hour looks like. 1 hour has a beautiful closure right now. The only issue with this closure, excuse me, is that you got no bottom wick, right? So you got a slight closure above, but you need to have a bottom wick in order for us to get confident in that buy there. So 30-minute, excuse me, guys, 1 hour is basically closing right above support. Yeah, nice rejection on the 15 here. So I don't know, you know, 15 is a little choppy. 4 hours really the only time frame that looks good at all. So I will revisit NQ around 9:15, 9:30, but right now there's really nothing for me here. Yeah, obviously, like if we can push down, maybe sells below there, that would break the 4 hour lows and stuff. So maybe the 4 hour rejects out of here, and then this daily candle just does a pack runner to continue moving down. I'm not too sure how excited I am about the buys here on NQ unless we do maybe something like this where price pushes back down to give us just a little bit more room to go up, right? So maybe we get a fake out or something down here, and then we get this, you know, bullish closure, like a little fake out, kind of like what we want to see on gold, and then we take the buys. But to take them from up here is, you know, over there to the left is, it looks like Friday. Let's just say that. It looks like Friday to the left over there. Cool, man, cool. So I would wait here till like 9:15, 9:30, and maybe in between that, like price pulls back a little bit, and then we could maybe take buys from here, or we get a little breakout and take sells coming down. It's not about you start, it's how you finish. Yo, that song was good. That's like the second time I heard that. All right, so that's the day. That's the day. So this was the trade I took in last night. It was it this one here? Yeah, I think it was right here. Yeah, this was it right here. So you had a celery play, right, that pushed down. I did hit break even, or I think I've maybe lost a pip or two on this account, but my other account I did hold it. Yeah, I got a little aggressive on the break even. It came back up, it hit break even. This one I held though, so it was basically, this was the trade where it was on the break of that low and price pushed down, and then I just closed partials right. So my goal was to get this candle to have a little lower wick there, right? So right there is where I closed my partial, or closed my full trade. Yeah. Yeah, we're doing good on this account, man. We're doing good. Yeah, I made about 1,000 there, so about 1,000 on that one. So I'm up. So this week I'm actually up 6,700 on this account. Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate on this one. Have only taken like really good trades, so they've just happened to work out. It's no magic formula. I think I just took a bunch of good trades in a row. That's it. High quality setups. So yeah, so let's see here. NQ pullback then buy. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds good. But if you guys were in that trade, you remember how like it fluctuated a lot on this candle. So on my funded account, I just went break even, you know, and then that got hit. But on my live account, I did go back into drawdown a little bit, and then price just fired away. Yeah, just melted. What a move! What a move! This is what it looked like. Let me bring it up here. Hold on. Yeah, this is it right here. So you see this candle here? So this was my entry candle, and this one right here, right? So the trade was taken based off the celery play, right? So the trade gets hit, we go into profit, price comes back up. At one point I went break even on this account here, or these accounts, and then that break even got hit, but I held it on the other account. This candle didn't close really how I would have liked it to close, but I mean, we were so bearish, man. So bearish. And yeah, this next candle just melted down. And again, looking left, right? That was my opportunity to close partials or close full. Yeah, any questions? Any questions on that? Good trade though. Good trade. If anyone else took it, great job. I know a lot of people watched it, and that's fine. You don't have to take trades like that, right? I can't tell you how many times I watched that trade, right? So the reason I executed that trade is because I watched that trade leave me so many times and just studied it, right? And just made sure I understood it before really executing on it. Is Raja coming? Oh man, Raja was here yesterday. Anyone of you guys who missed the stream yesterday, we had Raja pull up. It was awesome. I think that went down around like 9, right? 9:15 maybe. He tried to get me in a trade at 9:30, but I wasn't having it. How many of y'all would have never stood on business? You had the goat Raja Banks in the house. And he said, this looks good for a sell. Y'all would have had them sell stops. I know it. I know it. Be honest. Be honest. Oh, man. What do I think the market has been lately? Excellent. Amazing. Brother, when you follow the system, the market's the same no matter what. Because everything else outside of the playbook setup presenting itself is literally just noise. It doesn't matter. It's fugazi, it's fugazi, it's a woozy. You missed it? That's no worries, man. Luckily, we got YouTube live stream, and you can go back and I retitled the name of it so you guys know which one to go to. But right here, Raja Banks as guest. Let's be honest. Louis G, what would you have done? What would you guys have done yesterday if you had a 30-minute closure below at 9 o'clock in the morning and the next 30-minute was 9:30 and you had a closure below on the 30-minute but you had a resistance marked off at the 15 and the great man, the myth, the legend, Raja Banks comes right up to you and he goes, ooh, this looks really good. What would you do? Full port? Oh, full margin, bro. That's funny. That's funny. Love it. Is that a 15 celery forming up? 15, yeah, where at? Oh, we did close bullish on the 15 here, by the way. Yeah, we closed bullish, but you see how the wick is a lot bigger than the body here? So I think it's best that we wait on a 8:30 closure. Yeah, unless we make a decent wick and then come back up for 8:20, I'll have a buy stop. But if not, then we'll wait on the 30 close. How are you, Kingston? What could I do for you, young man? Yeah. All right, so let's see if the 15 could like make a top wick, and then maybe in 5 minutes I'll have a. I'm not gonna set any buy stops until we're creeping on 8:20. Gotta tell King Man, we got grown man stuff going on here right now, brother. All right, cool. Yeah, actually, I don't think I mind these sells here. Yeah, these sells look pretty good. I mean, these buys here. So I guess let's wait. I'm gonna wait till 8:20 here, and if we can, kind of like, because we don't want to get wicked in. Right, and then 8:20 drives us down, right, with the comics open. So I think if we can stay put here until 820, like a minute or two before, that's where I'd like to set the buy stop. Let's see. Perfect fake out. Yeah, 30 fake out would be amazing here. Yeah, we get something just like this candle here, and then the next ones we could potentially anticipate a move up. The move up. We need Gems in the house. Is Johnny Gems here? Let's see. Let's go look at Clubhouse real quick. Clubhouse. My man Angelo in the building. I see you. Johnny Gems is here. What up, DJ Scratches? Oh, you getting all corporate on us now, huh? Them flashy windows. What up? What up, Bone? How are you, brother? Johnny Gems, how we feeling, my man?
Yo, my man. Feeling good, bro. Blessed and highly favored.
How are you?
Grateful. I'm amazing, bro. Blessed and highly favored. Grateful to be here. Grateful for another day, man. How you doing?
Excellent, brother. Excellent. I can feel the abundance oozing through my veins.
Coming right to me, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Feel it.
I got a feeling. Ooh.
That we're going to attract wealth. Let's get it.
So for me, 30 closure or 820 buy stops.
It's good, chat. Happy Friday. Good to see y'all. Another day to compound wins. Let's go. Compounding winning habits today.
Yeah, what you could do in this trade too is you could start off small. Like you could work your way into the trade. These are probably one of those trades you could start off with like one contract if you like the 15 and then, you know, work your way into it if the 30 close is strong. And if it doesn't, like if it just kind of fades down at 820, at least you're only risking one contract. Does that make sense? So I'll probably enter. So as long as the 15 closes strong, if the 30-minute closure happens like that, I will probably enter almost on the open of the candle. It's something that I'm going to be doing a little bit more in the future is potentially when we have a good read on price, right? Because anyone else besides me hate it when price closes like that, and then we go, okay, cool, you know, let's get a little lower wick here. We're going to need one better than that, right? But then price just goes. Anyone else get mad, or is it just me? Just me. Anyone? Yeah, only me? Only me? Okay, so none of you guys really care that much? Okay, cool. Well, I do care, right? I do care about that. So I want to get paid for what I understand, right? And I understand a lot of times that, you know, if we get this fake out, we're moving on up, right? So the idea is, so I've obviously applied this in my trading before, you know, during times of like, oh, hold on, we got 820 here. Let me just stop this real quick. Okay, cool. I'm going to have a buy stop here on gold for 820 here. We got comics open, and we can potentially see a move up. So we'll see. We're making that lower wick. This is why I didn't want to enter before comics. But now if we re-break that high, we should begin to move up. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So it's not a bad idea to enter in a small position. Like I think it's called static risk. Is that what Raja calls it?
Dynamic.
Risk. Yeah, yes. So like dynamic risk, right? So we can apply that into our trading. And then that way, if the move does start to run without us, at least we're still in with, you know, one contract or so. Cool. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah? All right, perfect. All right, well, I'm in this. So, yeah, we're looking to see if we can move on up. All right, partials. Yeah, I think 69 there, 33.69 is a good target here. So we'll see if we can get a push up towards 69 and see if we can run with that. Yeah, so basically we go in with one contract a little early, right? Just to potentially be a part of the trade. And if we get stopped out, we get stopped out at one contract. If it runs without making that lower wick, yeah, you know, maybe we're only in at one contract, but, you know, we're still in, right? And then let's just say, like, you do enter your one contract, and then price does go back down and make a lower wick. you can add your other ones, right? So let's say you want to be in 4 total. You can add your 3 once it makes sense to add them. Does that make sense to you guys? Yep. Right? So that way at least we're in on something versus nothing.
Yes, sir. It's good risk management.
Yeah. All right, let's see if we can move up here.
We got the volume.
We got the volume. 30 closures coming up too in about 8 minutes.
Yeah, man, we already had a nice move down too. Nice steep move down. 4 hours bullish. Daily no top wick. I like this.
Yeah, me too. I like it. Let's see here. It happens all the time. I know it sucks. And you know, it got me really thinking. I think it was like 2 weeks ago, right, where we kept getting the right setups, but the wick just did not go in our favor, right? Like it just kept shooting up or shooting down without those lower wicks. And you know, it's not that we didn't know price would go in that direction, right? But we would always say, hey, look at that. You know, we were right about direction. Price did exactly what we wanted it to do. And, you know, all that stuff is great, right? But if you're not in it, you're also not in it at the same time. So, you know, it's nice to participate in something that you've waited on for so long, even if it is maybe a third or a fourth of what your size would normally be.
Yep.
All right, so I think the bigger move happens on the 30 closure here. But, yeah, let's see how we do. Yeah, let's see how we do on the 15. Yeah, we did fill the wick, which is good, right? But we didn't really get in this trade until midway, a little more than midway through that wick fill. So if you're in on like a flip or something, right, so that's what I mean. So if we're in on a flip or something here on the open, right, we have an opportunity to maybe close some partials on that wick fill. But because we're a little late to the party, we're probably going to stick around for more of the bigger move here to see if we can make our way up to 68, you know, and then kind of continue on up towards like 71, 72.
Yeah, I know you were talking about like the wick being bigger than the body, and I agreed with you on that, but I like that we came up first and made a high and then went back down, and then also, you know, comics open here too, high volume.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, 5 closures coming up here in 1 minute. Strong 5-minute close here. That's where you find out where you get it. Yeah, keep in mind that that 4 hour still bullish. That daily has no top wick on it. So just keep those things in mind too. They all play a little role into this trade here.
Yeah, 5 closed above. Nice.
How you stars, how you fit. I don't even know what I just said. I'm like, da. What's the idea on the trade? Yeah, so basically the 30 closure helps us out here. So if we get a strong, like let's say the 15 doesn't make the bigger push, and we wait that next 5 minutes, the 30-minute candle should be the next one that pushes up here. Now, look, we might go back into drawdown, which is fine. Our stops are, you know, below that 30-minute candle, but, you know, I would expect maybe a lower wick here for price to continue pushing up on that next 30. Very similar to what we see here, how price kind of pushed up after support was formed. That's basically what we're looking at there. If you don't like where we're at, you can close it now, right? And then you can wait on the 30 closure, right? That's not a bad idea either. But if the 30 starts moving now, you know, you got to be okay with that. And same thing, if you want to wait now and we go back into drawdown, you got to be okay with that, right? And if this thing turns around on us and gets stopped out, you got to be okay with that, right? So you got to be okay with it all. Otherwise, you've picked the wrong business.
Yep. These are on-the-spot decisions. That's why it's best to just follow that plan that you set out for yourself.
Yeah, we broke the high, so that's a good sign there.
Yeah, and it's just a 5-minute lower wick, so I mean, we'll see. Maybe a last 2-minute push up.
Maybe. Let's see here. What's comics? Comics is the commodity exchange open. So usually you'll get a decent push during that open to where you'll get volume to like fill wicks and all that. So we did fill the wick here, right? But we want to see if we can get the continued move up for price to start pushing up a little bit, based off of like price being at a 1 hour support and wanting to create new support to continue moving bullish. So that's the idea. So the next step here is we need to see like a good closure on the 30-minute candle. If the 30 closes below the range, then we probably got to get out of this, right? But as long as we remain above and we close decent, then the next candle should follow suit. Yeah. It ain't by stuff. What chart am I using? I'm using the GC chart. Yeah, GC chart.
GC.
Yeah, we do have volume in as well. So 8:30 volume coming up too. Let's just, hope the volume pushes us up. We've already made quite the move down. I think if you do get a 30 support, just like we've seen here, we could get a bit of a pump up. Yeah, every time we kind of came into that zone, we kind of popped back up there. Yeah, same thing here. Nice little push. So yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Would it not be better to keep the stops below the range? I mean, below the wicks are not bad. Yeah, I think below the 15-minute support. Are you talking about like this range here? Yeah, I think these will be sufficient. Yeah. Yeah, because if we break those lows, like if we start breaking through that 30-minute low, then chances are we're just going to push even further, right, and fill the wick. So having the stop, let's say here as opposed to here, they're most likely both getting hit. Yeah, if we break those lows. So that's why the stops are sitting below the lows. So that way, if price can respect the low, then we can continue moving on bullish. Yeah, we got 33 seconds for a closure here. Big 30 closure. What did we get there? What did we see? I think we've seen about 15 pips. Yeah, I think we're getting more out of this, man. Let's see.
I want a strong bullish closure. That'd be nice.
Me too. Yeah, any closures above, basically I stay in this. If we close below, I get out. Yeah, so we did stay in. So yeah, if we break the lows, I mean, it is what it is. I like this trade. If we respect the lows, then we keep moving up, and it should be a good one.
Yeah.
Do I look at US 10? No, not really. US 10, what is that? That's ES? I like looking at NQ. NQ is nice trade, nice pair, and I like gold. Other than that, I pretty much just stick to those two pairs. All right, we got a good 30 closure here. So now it's all about, will we rip? Will we rip?
Yeah, not bad.
Top steps and gold buys? Oh, don't those guys like suck at trading over there? That's what I heard. I don't know.
Yeah, I have no idea. Now we really need to re-break that high now. That current high.
We gotta break. Once we break that high, we should see a push up here.
Yeah.
But one thing I do like is that the lows are all respecting each other, right?
Yep.
Kind of all moving on up here. So yeah.
I like that too.
Like I said, I mean, as long as we're closing above, we're still valid. We're obviously going to go back into drawdown for the pullbacks and stuff like that. But overall, this trade's still looking pretty hot to me.
Yes, sir.
I might have to add more. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I mean, it looks good to add on the 30-minute, honestly.
It really does, though. Yeah, to add like on the 30-minute candle there.
If I wasn't in already, I'd have a buy sell right now on the 30-minute.
Yeah, no, that's true. So, I mean, let's see if we push up. We really got to break that high. Otherwise, price can, literally just melt here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could do something like that. But, we'll see.
Yep.
Probability, baby, probability.
Yes, sir. Anything can happen.
Yeah. GJ, I don't know. I haven't traded GJ in over almost 2 years now. I just haven't really like found the need to trade it during the New York session anymore. Yeah, with gold is enough, and NQ is incredible as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're coming down here. You got these 5-minute lows. Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I got stopped.
Yeah, stopped.
Yeah, I thought that was a good trade though.
Yep.
15-minute. We had some profit. We did get the wick fill, but we just had a bit of a later entry to take advantage of the wick fill there. All right, on to the next.
Alrighty.
Let me delete this. Yeah, that would have been nice though. The analysis was pretty clean, you know, with the 4-hour being bullish, the daily with no top wick,
Yeah.
right? No top wick on the daily. 4-hour being bullish here, still bullish, still respecting the lows as of right now, but snap through that 1-hour support there.
The only thing I can think of is maybe not the best confirmation candle, honestly.
Which one?
Like the support.
The 15 or the 30?
Yeah, not 15.
I thought it was pretty clean. Yeah.
The wick being bigger than the body. I mean,
Once the
yeah.
30 closed, it kind of closed a little not as strong, but you know, we were already in at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, the market being bearish. Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like we've moved down so much here, right? So we're trying to see, okay, if the daily has pushed down so far, right, without much of a top wick during the Asian session, during the London session, during pre-New York, then most likely you'll get that opportunity to get that pullback, right, during the New York Open and the New York session. So yeah, that was the idea there, and I think we could still get that. I think this candle is just flaking around a bit. Yeah, what happened here? Anything? Just CAD stuff, yeah. So, yeah, we'll see. I mean, if you continue to close above, we could give this a second chance, but we have to close up weak or bullish or something like that.
Yeah. On to the next.
This is obviously going to be like a bit of an observation zone too, so anything could really happen in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's see if we come back up though. If we can close like pretty weak, bullish or bearish or something, then this could potentially get a second shot here. Boom, boom. You're in the short. Shorty. Buyers getting hit, sellers getting hit.
Yeah.
Just getting here. What up?
I think we just had an orange folder come out, right? That may have pushed gold down.
Was it? I mean, that was
Maybe.
Oh yeah, maybe something like this.
Yeah. It's a minor orange folder though.
Red numbers on the dollar. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, so we'll see about the next opportunity. If we close back above, like inverted celery type of deal, then I would definitely be down to give this a second chance. Otherwise, we got to wait for closures, right? So if we get maybe a new closure above like that, then I think that's going to look clean too. That'll also be the 30-minute closing bullish. So we'll see what happens.
Hopefully everyone had some stops there.
Yeah.
Price melted.
Orange folder. Yeah, orange folder moved more than FOMC yesterday. Holy.
Bird, bro. Crazy.
Yeah, a bit of news came out. Yeah, I didn't even realize that news was coming out there at 8:30. But I mean, orange folder, I don't really stay out. But if I had really understood that, then maybe we could have took some partials at the wick fill or break even. But again, it wasn't like that much of a trade there for us at that point. Yeah.
Only 15 pips.
Yeah. Which isn't bad, but that wasn't the plan, right? That wasn't the plan. Was to move up towards like 68 there.
Yes, sir.
How many trades have I taken with NQ? I don't even know. Pretty sure I could find that out in TradeZella though. Let's see. filter symbol. NQ exclude gold. Apply filters. Let's see. Boom, boom.
Let me journal that one.
Yeah, me too. Hey, yeah, hold on one sec. Let me just make sure I get that.
Bet.
All right, cool. Copy image, boom. All right, perfect. By the way, I'll say it yesterday, I'll say it again. Just because you took a red trade don't mean you have to end this day red, right?
Exactly.
Now, that doesn't mean go out and revenge trade and become Rambo, but that means sit tight in the pocket, wait patiently, don't quake, and get ready for another opportunity, you know, and be ready. Be ready mentally when that opportunity comes. Most people are soft, right? They get all upset. They try and force something here, and then when the right opportunity presents itself again, they can't execute because they've already made some bad decision making, you know, from the last loss.
Yep. Remember, we're not trading the markets, we're trading our beliefs about the market. I believe if the setup shows up again, we have another good shot of making our profit back.
Yeah, me too.
Our loss back.
So if we end up closing like this, just like that, I should say, then I will have a buy stop on the break of the high there.
That's the next best bet.
Yeah. Could this be a liquidity grab? Absolutely. Yeah, it might just be because the and by the way, so you notice how the same thing happened with the last two losses that we took. It was a random spike down. Right? Super random spike down that very rarely happens. And those were our last two losses there. So we're playing the game properly. Yeah. That stuff does not usually happen. And that's why we keep stop losses. And that's why we talk about probabilities, right? Because the probability for price to go up there was extremely high. But not 100%, right? Not 100% probability. Anything can happen. So that's why we keep a probability mindset, and that's also why we keep a stop loss.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes.
Wow, that's so weird, bro. I actually lost less. Like, my stop loss got hit, but I lost less than what I was risking. So weird.
That's always good.
That's a good thing, right?
That's a great thing. Sometimes we do stops, sometimes we don't. We always do them on funded accounts. Put it like that.
Yeah.
Lovely.
All good. Now we closer to the wins. Close to the wins now, game.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. So random push down here. If you close back above, I mean, everything looks golden. We'll see. How you doing?
That Friday, the Pac-Man's out, bro.
Yeah, I love that. 2 months ago, like, now, yup. Bring the loss on. As long as it's a good playbook setup, then, you know, your losses are good losses. They're supposed to be there, remember? If we don't lose any trades, I don't think I've ever heard of that. I don't think I've ever heard of a trader that doesn't lose trades.
No.
I'll put that loss on my bacon, egg, and cheese. Hey, nobody knows nothing, Jason.
Hey, Jason, don't remind me.
I heard Johnny Gems is getting a bacon, egg, and cheese at some point.
Yeah, maybe. Probably. I don't remember. Just not hungry for it, honestly, in the morning.
Nah, I feel that.
Never in the mood for it.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. Just another trade for the books.
For the boys.
Boys. Like, I really want to get a bacon, egg, and cheese, but I, like, genuinely am not hungry for it.
Nah, I feel that. Okay, cool. So let's see what happens here on the 15. Possible re-entry. Maybe we gotta wait till 9:15, but it all just depends on this closure here. Imagine that 30 just rips.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't mind waiting on a closure above too if we have to. So it's not like we have to get in on the next candle. If we can get this, that would be amazing.
I mean, that's what I would ideally like.
I knew once I heard Top Step was in the buys, I should have got the hell out of there. Damn.
Right,
Damn.
You always have that gut feeling, bro. You know, always listen to your gut feeling, dude, honestly.
No, honestly,
I was really close to just exiting out at break even too, because we were coming down to the close.
the wick fill is obviously a great place to take partials, but when you enter, you know, when the entry's a little late, it's tough to snag them there. So that's what I mean. Going back to like that idea of opening, getting it on the open a bit, and you know, having that opportunity to fill the wick is going to be good.
Yeah.
My favorite movies? I don't really have too many movies that I like. I'm one of those guys that you're like, yo, you ever seen and I'm like, nah, actually never seen it, you know? Like I'm like just one of those guys. Yeah. The movies that I enjoyed growing up were like the street movies. Like for some reason they just inspired me. Like I always wanted to be like them, you know, like young hustler, going after it, getting nice things, you know. Movies like Paid in Full, like Paid in Full, movies like The Goodfellas, you know, all those type of stuff. Young and getting it. Paid in Full is one of my favorite movies ever. Classic. Belly was good. Yeah, Belly was good with DMX and Nas. Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I also like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen The Gentleman. The Gentleman was pretty good. That's a more recent one probably. Yeah, so no entry at this point. So yeah, if we are going to go long again, it's going to have to be on a closure above here.
Yeah.
Three
Sells
Ninjas.
are chalk to me.
Yes. Three Ninjas was fantastic. That's definitely one of my favorite movies. Those were like the coolest kids on planet Earth to me back in the 90s. Tum Tum was my guy. Wolf of Wall Street, obviously a classic.
That's fire.
I liked the movie Ready Player One. Have you guys ever seen Ready Player One? Great movie. Den of Thieves was phenomenal. Yeah, I like that movie. Scarface, obviously. Casino, yeah. Those are all some of my favorites. Boys in the Hood was classic. Don't Be a Menace, or not. Well, Menace to Society was a good one, and then Don't Be a Menace. That was hilarious. No, you know what movie I really liked? American Made. Have you guys ever seen that one? I think that's what it's called. American Made. I think it was with Brad Pitt. Yeah, this one was awesome. This movie was good. I want to watch this again.
Damn, bro. Looks fire.
Classic movie.
Oh, wait. Didn't we watch this?
Yeah, I think we watched it.
Damn, yeah, that's just sick, dude.
This guy was working for
crazy.
the Colombians. He was working for the Fed. He was working for the CIA. He was working for everyone, behind everyone's back. It was wild.
What a G, bro.
Yeah, this was good. This is all based on a true story, too. The guy ended up disappearing. No one ever heard from him again.
What? No, the ending was crazy, bro. You remember?
Oh, yeah. I do remember, actually. Yeah, great movie.
Yeah.
You guys should check it out. All About the Benjamins. I mean, yeah, that's a classic, too. Training Day.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, American Made was a great movie. Dennis the Menace. Man, me and Anna watched that about a month ago. Such a classic.
Dennis the Menace.
Mr. Jefferson. Yeah, that was classic. I was basically Dennis the Menace when I was a kid. American Pie, yeah, I remember that one. All the Fridays are good, yeah. Yeah, I like all that stuff. So I guess I've seen a decent amount. I never really watched the Marvel stuff, like the superhero stuff too much. You know, I know a lot of people are big into that, but I was more so big into like those type of movies over yeah, Wolf of Wall Street's goated. Goldie. Such a random 30-minute candle here, but you know, we knew that this was the observation zone here, right? So we knew that anything can go down in here. That's why we marked it off. So yeah, again, I mean, any closures back above look pretty valid, but we'll have to wait for some good price action here.
Yeah. We knew we were going to go back and draw down too.
Yeah. 90s babies did have the best movies, man. American Pie. Four Brothers, yeah, that was a good one. I like that one. Yeah, Paid in Full is probably top of the list, man. So my bias was bullish. So why was my bias bullish? So my bias was bullish because the daily candle here has already filled the wick to the left. It has no top wick on it, right? So that's a sign that we could potentially move back up, right? So the sells took over in Asian. They took over in London. They took over basically the whole day. Buyers have not been in control at all, right? So now that we're into like the last session of the day, if you start getting closures, like let's say on the 4 hour that are bullish, that can start to push this daily candle back up, right? So now we go down to the 4 hour and we notice that we did close bullish. So that begins to guide my session bias now, right? So we still have not broke the lows on the 4 hour. We're still in motion to potentially keep moving up, right? So that's what gets me bullish. Then we have this 1 hour candle that closes right at support. So here's our closure, here's our support. So this zone now for me acts like an observation zone. I don't want to take buys in it, I don't want to take sells in it. I just want to see what we do and how we react to that zone. So now we go down to the lower time frame, like the 30, right? You see a closure above. On the 15, you also got the closure above as a fake out. So those closures above give us the reason to believe that while NY open is here and we have a lot of volume coming in, we can duplicate what we did every time we basically came into that range, which was move up, right? So that was the idea here, was to potentially move up with the previous data, right? So again, random spike down. Now this candle doesn't have a wick. We're in the observation zone, so price is obviously confused. But normally price action would move up here, right? So that's why or I should say, normally 75-80% of the time price action will move up here, and that's why we executed the longs. Does that make sense? Because that's a valid question, and that's pretty much the answer there. See how everything geared us towards potentially moving back up? Yeah. Now look, I mean, we're bearish, right? So all that can completely, we can disregard all that and just say, no, you know, gold's bearish. But I mean, we already moved down. We got no top wick. We had a 4 hour bullish closure, right? After filling that wick right at support. 4 hour also faked out back into the range. 1 hour at support, 30-minute closure, 15 closure. Yeah, you got to execute there.
Yeah, man.
You got to execute. 80% of the time, we're winning that trade.
Yep.
Actually, over 90% of the time, we're winning that trade. If I showed you the onion actual win rate, your mind would be blown. So, yeah, we got to execute there. Shatas. What about Bad Boys? Bad Boys 2 I liked. I thought that was a good one. Someone said All the Fridays. Inception was a great movie. He said Titanic. Jason. Who's typing? Jason or Jason's wife right now?
I was gonna say that's Anna's favorite movie, right?
Yeah.
Hello, Jason's wife. No.
Classics. Limitless. Limitless was another good one. Oh, man. This guy said Biker Boys. Ah, damn. All right. Fast and Furious 1. Come on. Biker Boys was a classic movie. I love that movie growing up. The Town. Legendary. Damn, I actually seen a lot more movies than I thought. Fight Club. Yeah, that was awesome.
It's hard to think about on the spot, honestly.
Southpaw. Damn, yeah. Southpaw was great. Southpaw was a little sad at the end. Or the whole movie, I should say. Juice. Yeah, Juice was a good one. Negative $50 after taking trades. Following. Not taking trades on my own. Please give me some advice. Just stay steady, brother. This is trading, man. You know, you're going to take some losses. You're going to take some wins. Stick to the playbook. That's really the only advice. I know I talk a lot and I give a lot of insight and a lot of, feedback. But, I mean, honestly, the only thing you can do to become a profitable trader is trade a profitable trading plan and don't deviate or do anything stupid in between. That's basically it. So if you're in a little drawdown, that's okay because you're following a winning plan. So as long as you don't do anything outside of the winning plan, you'll get those losses right back, just like we always do.
Sir.
That's why we're not quaking about a loss, right? Because we can get the loss right back in an hour. We can get the loss right back in a day. You know what I mean? We get the loss right back on the next trade. So you got to take losses like bosses. You feel me? And then you just step up to the plate on the next golden opportunity and execute.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
That's it.
The Wire. Oh, man. The Wire. Probably the best series of all time. Pulp Fiction. Gladiator. Damn. Yeah, I guess I did see quite a bit of movies. You got to stand on business, Louis G. Little Mermaid. Classic. Life. Oh, man. Life was such a good movie. I love those guys. Those guys are hilarious. Sopranos. Believe it or not, I've actually never seen the full series of Sopranos. Yeah. Den of Thieves was epic, though. Success rate on each play. So I have all that stuff in my TradeZella account. So I don't even know if I can make my TradeZella public. I'm not too sure. Oh, let me get rid of only NASDAQ here. Where's that filter? Bam. Yeah, so what I like about TradeZella is obviously, it can track everything for you. Make sure everything's tracked. You got all your wins, all your losses here. You got all the basically the net daily P&L. This has been the year for me, so it's just been a great year, just moving on up. And by the way, not only does my year look like this, but almost every elite member and many people in the clubhouse, their year is really starting to look like this solid climb. And that's what you want to see. This is what you want to see in your trading. You want to see a nice solid incline. You don't want to see crazy spikes up, crazy spikes down. You want steady, consistent, duplicatable actions going on day in, day out, week in, week out, month in, month out. So yeah, everything is basically tracked here. So let me see. I mean, this is cool too. You got reports and all that, so you can get all the reports on everything that's going on in terms of your overall trading, which is nice. But you also have this playbook here. So the playbook is what'll give you the win rates. I have to add 2 losses to the onion play. So I'll be honest, I don't want to show you guys this because it's like actually unbelievable. Like I kind of don't expect you guys to actually believe this. Like I don't even believe this. But the onion play, over 111 trades, really 113, was sitting at 96% win rate this year. So that's why we execute on those onions all the time. Like, I mean, look, we've taken 111 onion plays this year, or 113 or 14 now. So yeah, so I would say it's probably like 92% at this point, but you know, that looks a little bit more reasonable. The celery play produced like a 91% win rate for us, but we haven't had, I mean, this is a very impressive too, over 55 trades to hold a 95% win rate. I mean, that's fire too. The breakout creeping towards like, you know, little breakout's the lowest one. Everything else here in the 90s. But, you know, we don't have 100 trades on everything else. So you really want to see like a good 50 to 100 trades before you say, yeah, you know, that's the win rate there. But yo, my mind is blown. Honestly, it's wild that the celery is producing like that.
That's actually crazy.
For real. Yeah, and again, I mean, I've stacked a lot of trades just because I've been trading a lot of sessions lately. So this whole entire year, I've been trading every single session from Asian London to New York. You see me? I'm everywhere. Right? DJ Khaled, we don't work the night shift. Bro. We don't work the day shift. We work all shifts. So this is
overtime.
Yeah. So that's it, man. This is London sesh, this is New York sesh, and then this is Asian. So I've been active, you know. I've been active. We got motion. Oh. Yeah. So it looks like roughly, I would say average hold time I think is around like 14 minutes here. Anywhere from like 5 to 14 minutes. Yeah, but it's been fun. It's been a fun year. It's been awesome trading in all sessions and just having fun with it, man. You know, I think early on, obviously I treated it so serious because I needed the money and I really wanted to get it done. But when you have fun with your trading and you just follow the playbook and, you know, just stick to the system and just enjoy your time, I mean, the results, you know, speak for themselves.
Yeah, you're trading the best when you're in a carefree state. So we should all try to get into a carefree state and just like whatever happens. Like we're more satisfied with just executing the edge, you know, versus being satisfied with the outcome of the trade.
Yeah, true. All right, so we'll see what Goldie wants to do here.
Goldie, bro.
I'm still not too convinced on the downward move here, I'll be honest.
No.
Why don't I consider the sells? 64. Because we've just pushed down so far at this point, right? There's really no resistance up until like 72 there. The 4 hour is still bullish, right? We could just be making the low to come up, right? To push up on the 4 hour. There's still an hour left of it. So right now is where the 4 hour is really going to make its call. You know what I mean? It's either going to break these lows and begin to push down, or it's going to respect the low and start moving up now. So, yeah, I think once the 4 hour can close if the 4 hour can close bearish below, then yes, I will definitely get myself behind the sells here. But as of right now, we've just been moving down so much, right? It's on the 1 hour chart. We never really closed below on that candle. We kind of closed below now. But, you know, I'd rather wait now for this 4 hour candle to do its thing, close up, and see where we end up. Yeah, we got what, 20... So 1 hour left here on the candle. So basically, if you do close bullish, I'm back in my buys. I'm sticking with my bias here. I'll probably be back in the buys here to expect that this next 1 hour candle continues to move up to pull that 4-hour candle back, right? And whether or not we continue ripping up or not, we know that we could probably at least catch the pullback, right? So if the 4-hour looks like this right now, we can catch this pullback kind of like we did yesterday, and then we might be able to catch this top wick, right? And that can make up our trade. That can make up our long position right there as price comes back up towards like 72. So that's kind of the idea. You know, that's the idea there. Yeah, still gonna hang tight on this bullish bias. I'm not buying this 30. I think this 30-minute candle could have been a flaker.
Yeah, I'm with you, bro, on that.
It's a Quaker. World of War Z. I never seen that one. Blow. Oh my God. How could we forget about Blow? Wow. Fury. That was a good one too. Yeah, I seen that one. Troy. Oh man, Troy. That was classic. The Departed. Damn. Where are all these movies coming from? The Santa Claus? No, I'm just kidding.
Coming to America.
Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah, I thought that was. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy that one that much.
You thought it was corny?
I thought it could have been better.
What'd you think? Like, you just thought, what could have been better, you think?
I don't know. I really just didn't understand it too much.
Yeah.
It was kind of depressing, honestly. It was like
I know, right?
Jigsaw. Nah, chill. Scarface, great movie. The Town is a classic. The Town is classic. Everyone needs a friend like that guy Jem, right? Like I got Johnny Jem. He had his dude Jem. He said, I'm going to need you for a couple minutes. Don't ask me where we're going. Don't ever speak about it again. Just know we're going to hurt some people. The guy goes, all right, whose car are we taking? That's a good friend right there.
Yeah, bro. I'm that type of guy with Nick, bro.
Yes, no questions.
Yeah.
Whatever
Nick says, we do.
Spartan. Yeah, What was it called again? That movie 300. Yeah, that was pretty good. Gladiator, classic. Why'd Will slap Chris though, man? What happened?
Yo, I'm feeling a Boehner trade coming up.
Me too, man. I think we get this closure back above. It's game time.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Green, how are you? How's it going?
Green.
Nice to see you. Oh, Matt, what's up, brother? Okay, cool, man. I'm check your message here in a little bit. I don't see a message, Matt. Hit me up, brother. Hit me up. Did I see Swordfish? No, never seen it, never heard of it. Everybody hates Chris. Chill. That was a TV show, wasn't it? That's messed up. Fight Club. Yeah, Fight Club was good. Damn. You guys know about all the movies. What's up, Martin? How are you, bro? Gone in 60 Seconds. That was a classic. I like that one.
Man, we've all seen a lot of movies, I see.
For real.
Are you guys watching movies tonight, or what?
It's movie night, I think, around TT.
Yeah, man. Movie night with the fam, or what, chat? It's Friday. The only movie I'm trying to watch right now is just buy above 64.
Facts. Yeah, so that's the vibe. What do we got here? We got yeah, we got 7 minutes. So in 7 minutes it might be go time here again.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, all right?
Yes, sir. No time for movies, eh? I like to hear that. What's up, Chairs X? There's no time for movies when we gotta catch these pips. Is the TT meetup gonna be lit? Oh, yes, you already know it's gonna be lit. What's up, Martin? Hell yeah, bro. I can't wait. We're creeping on it. Getting closer. What, less than 2 weeks? So, yeah, I'm very excited. And it's gonna be super lit. Oh. I know green type. Yeah, I'm grind. Yep. Buys are looking good here, potentially. Well, we got a couple more minutes. 6 minutes, 7 minutes. We just need gold to chill. Chill. But yeah, this is great. If we get this, you know, that's the same range we were looking to take our buys in earlier. So yeah. What's up, Logo? What's up, SimZ? What up, Tamara? Yes, sir, Green. Green already knows that I'm fasting. What up, Energy? 30 minutes already moved so much. Is that not something to be concerned about? Take this buy on the 15 minute. No, I think if we get the closure above on the 15 minute, it looks good. Yeah, because on the 15 and 30 minute, we're getting that closure above off a fresh support too. So yeah, I would be interested in that, right? But we need the closure above. Rafi, good morning, bro. Good to see you, my man. Rafi in the house. Yeah, Energy, what are you more concerned about? Like, what, Goldie moving up 30 pips or so? I mean, I could understand that. Yeah, I feel like it's more of a structure thing, you know? I feel like if we get a fresh support above the zone, I think it looks good. But I understand, like, if you're looking at it from a pips perspective. But if we're looking at it from a structure, it looks like a nice, healthy support, especially on the 30 minute. Yeah, 4 hour never broke the lows. They were coming back up as well. We were talking about in the 4 hour candle, man. That 4 hour candle came right down to that previous low. Wow, didn't break it. Now we're coming back up. And guess what? If this 15 minute drives on us, cool. Like, we just wait for another support, right? We just wait for another confirmation.
Sheesh. We're on the go. We are on the go.
Goldie ain't waiting.
Slow down, Goldie. TT meet up to watch movies. Rafi, how we feeling? Whoa,
Rafi the G.
Here comes the move we were looking for. See,
Yeah,
that couldn't have happened on this red candle? What happened there, Goldie?
Nope.
Lock myself out for 2 minutes. I don't want to take any impulse. That's hilarious. W. W, brother. See what I mean? This was an observation zone, so anything can go down here. So you have this random move down for no reason at all, and now we're right back above there. So, yeah, perfect bias from the jump here today. And that's the thing. Sometimes you can have the perfect bias, and, you know, be wrong, right? Or have the bad timing, right? So we didn't time it properly. This took place at 8:30, and then the move up happened at 9, right? So we were one 30-minute candle early, and look, that's going to happen from time to time. That's the part of the game we play.
I mean, we're only trading in an uncertain environment.
Right. But, the game plan has been to potentially, the bias has remained bullish, right? Never once did I get a bearish bias here today. And the idea has been to, continue to give this trade a second chance if we have that opportunity. 4 hour, how'd the 4 hour do? Yeah, look at that. Never broke the low. Never broke the low.
I peeped that. Wicks don't lie. Now we're coming all the way back up. We just wanted to spend the first 3 hours making the bottom wick.
All day. And now look at that daily candle, by the way.
Yep.
Right? Can you guys see this daily candle coming up to potentially make a top wick? I think I can. We filled the wick down there. This one's a doji, no top wick here. 4 hour being bullish, right? Exactly what we talked about. The last hour of the 4 hour candle pushing back up, and then now that next one might fire off here.
Sir.
Right, that next 4 hour candle, we might be looking at a bit of like a celery play. How you doing? The news got us, yeah. And very rarely do we enter at 8:30, so there was just there was no red folders there today, so I just felt like it would be a pretty good idea.
And you didn't mind the wick being bigger than the body on that confirmation candle? You don't think?
I like the
really
fake
care
out.
about that?
I like the fake out.
Yeah.
So.
You just like that we closed back above?
Yeah, I mean, and then putting everything together like I just did, daily having no wick, 4 hour being bullish, 1 hour closing right at support, 30-minute, was still open, but, 15-minute close back above that range. So that was pretty much good enough with that. I mean, we did fill the wick there too, so. Can we enter now? I mean, technically you can. No one's going to hold you back from pressing that button. Sheesh.
Yeah, that's where my partials is at. Partials got hit without me there, chat.
And there's partials.
Thank you, Mrs. Lippy. Chat, all you gotta do is smile, man. Alright.
Yikes. Well, there's no trade here, I guess. No trade here. 30-minute closure it is. Wrong timing. Yeah, that's the most important part about trading is the timing, timing everything. So that's typically why we take trades around the same time every day, because we know what to expect there. So yeah, like even like some of you guys mentioned the Big Short earlier. Even that guy, right? He knew everything, all the reasons why, yet he never made a dime, right? Because he was off on the timing. So trading could be so particular. Juicer. Yeah, juice box.
Let's wait on a fresh support now.
Yeah, I mean, so 15-minute time frame, right? So if this candle can move down a little bit, something like this, we move down, and then 9:30 opens up like this. Boom, starts pushing down. I will have a buy stop right there. Impulse trade for when price does turn around at 9:30 and breaks that high, right? At that point, I'm in there, and we look to climb up towards 72 and then even further. So it'll look something like that, and the trade will be taken impulse entry type of style. Yeah. I didn't forget. I just didn't do it. I just didn't want to bring it over and annoy you guys that I actually made money on that account.
Wait, what?
Hey, nothing, John. Nothing.
What happened on Tora?
Yeah, Tora.
I mean,
I'm willing to risk like thousands of dollars on Tora. That's the thing. So, on my live account, so I'd be open to risking like like $2,000-3,000.
So you caught this on the Tora account?
Yeah, I just never closed.
Yeah. Love this guy.
See, when you're dealing with your own capital, and again, that's the freedom of dealing with your own capital too. Like yesterday's beautiful trade, this one or that celery play I took, like, you know, I get a bit aggressive on the funded account to make sure I'm keeping myself safe. So that one gets BE, and then the live account hits, you know, TP, because I really don't care about. Isn't that crazy? How do I care more about my instant funded accounts staying afloat and getting payouts than I care about my 30 grand in the live account? It just doesn't make sense. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. But yeah, I'm a little bit more free with that because it's my cash, and it's cash that I, you know, want to risk, basically, right? To flip.
Yeah.
Because did you guys ever see me scramble on the buying bias? Not once, right? So the whole time I believed that we're just going to mess around this observation zone and come back up. You know, obviously, again, it could have went down and could have lost a bunch of money there, but I just stuck to my bias.
Might be the new strategy.
Yeah, but you can't do that on funded accounts.
Oh, yeah, true.
Yeah, my funded account would have hit max daily drawdown or something like that.
Right. Yeah, energy. I think it's too early to call it a day, honestly.
Yeah, too early. There's opportunity lingering here.
Yeah, you know the vibes.
Yeah, if we would have maybe closed like below the observation zone, that's when I would have gotten out. But you see how we closed right at it there? Because below that was all clean rain. So obviously I wouldn't have stayed in on that closure, but I enjoyed watching that observation zone, and I enjoyed observing it, and it did exactly what I anticipated it to do.
Yeah.
But that would have hit me hard on the funded, so you know we got to get rid of it on the funded.
Yeah.
Yeah, buy's been looking good. Any good movies for the weekend? Oh man, just rewind the stream.
Yeah, we're.
What up, YOLO Trader? How we feeling?
What up, YOLO?
Any update on the 9-minute videos? The car talks? Yeah, I got another one dropping. So I actually had a really good one. It was like 14 minutes long with no audio. I was so...
No.
Yeah, bro. It was fire, too. I'm not going to lie. It was fire. Fire.
40-minute, you said?
No. It was like 12 or 13 or something like 17 or something like that. It was around 15 minutes.
No audio. Damn.
I was so tight.
What's this topic one? What's the topic of this one? You want to share it or no?
That one was... What was that one? That one was... Oh, yeah. Scheduling, like, systemizing your life.
Oh.
So it didn't really have to do, like, with trading a lot. It had more so to do how to develop the right habits, you know, how to go about, you know, a systematic approach to your day-to-day alignment with your goals.
Lovely.
Yeah.
It's fire.
Man, doesn't this annoy you?
It can, definitely. We're doing our best staying composed here.
The post-workout rambles, yeah. Sometimes I just feel like saying stuff at the gym, and I'm like, all right, let me open up the phone. I personally, I don't like doing the stories as much as I like doing this, right? This, I'm free to talk, and kind of the story, you got to get everything in under a certain period of time, and yeah. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Yeah, it's a good one.
Yo, listen to the audiobook. I've been listening to the audiobook on that. It's fire. Trading in the Zone.
Yeah. I have FOMO, yes. I have FOMO right now. The only thing is I'm not going to act on it. So the only difference between me right now and me 4 or 5 years ago is I still will get FOMO, right? I just won't act on it.
Yeah.
And that's the difference maker. So I think a lot of people think like you should never feel any emotion, like you should never feel it again. Like there's gonna come a point in time where you don't feel it. Like a lot of times I don't feel it, but right now I'm like, hey, I would have loved to give this trade a second chance. You know, it's moving up like I thought it would. A little bit of FOMO, right? But I'm not gonna act on it. You know, I'm not gonna go as far as to, you know, deviate from the plan or something. But you know, we'll get a little FOMO here and there.
Yeah.
Little FOMO.
We're humans. It's normal. But we manage our emotions with logic, though, right? That's how we do it.
Yep.
It's like,
hey,
where's the setup, right? There's no logic in that, right? So that logic waiting for the setup allows us to manage our emotions and not get emotional, right? We replace the emotion with logic.
Yep.
Yes. Yep. Emotions come and go. Logic stays. Amen.
Patience pays. FOMO's expensive. Facts.
Yep.
Let's see. When support resistance is not in line like this, which do you set your line at? Let's take a look. I go with the lowest. Oh yeah, I wouldn't make a big deal out of that. Anything in the middle. Keep in mind, gang, like it's never a price point. Meaning it's never a specific line. It's always a zone, right? That's why I usually draw the zone. It's always a zone more than a price point. So anything like that, and I think that you know just about does it. So I wouldn't complicate that too much. The zone is right there, basically. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, top one futures. Yeah. Not everywhere can trade futures.
Look at that 4 hour, man. Beautiful 4 hour.
I know.
And
look at the 4 hour. That is golden. Absolutely golden right there. Just predicted that whole move.
And this is why previous candle stops are the best.
Yeah. Wow, lovely. Yeah, lovely anticipation up here. So, I mean, there's a ton of opportunity here. Today. Daily no top wick still. 4 hours starting to flip up bullish. Yeah, we might start to get going here. You got a clean range to the left here on the lower time frames. Unfortunately, we moved up quite a bit, so probably not going to be able to participate in 9:30 open, but 9:45 might be a move, right? If 9:30 can kind of maybe, even if we do close above, right, and we get like a celery play, I think I'd be open to that, but the breakout here is going to be tough. I don't think I can execute there.
A little bit overextended.
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge.
So the playbook doesn't work, but no stop works twice. No, funded account doesn't work. Live account wins twice. The playbook, I mean, by the way, that was only 2 times. You know what I mean? So we can't say that and then just forget about everything that's happened all year, all last year, all the year before, and everything like that. So that comment doesn't really make that much sense. What app do I use to draw on the screen? I use Zoom Annotation. Yeah. Zoom. Wakey. Oh yeah, NQ loading up here too, probably. Oh.
Ooh, 9:30.
Crazy B, you agree? That's crazy, B. That's crazy, B. That's crazy, B.
Crazy B.
How do you stop YouTube from copywriting? I don't make money on YouTube. I don't monetize these streams or anything. I don't make money on YouTube. yeah, I just come up here and pour my heart out for free and call out A+ trades and win some, lose some, and we have a good time doing it.
Drop gems, impact lives. Yep.
I was being sarcastic. So was I. Crazy B, crazy B. Yeah, the
Or are we
copyright.
agreeing on Crazy B?
Yeah, the copyright stuff. I don't mind that because I don't make money on the streams. Yeah, it worked out well. Yeah, it worked out well. I mean, that was the target right there, 72, right? So 68 was the original target for partials, which was right here, and then 72 was the full TP there. So now we have to wait. Now we have to wait. We got 9:30 coming up here too, so we got a lot of volume dumping in, and we're in a very unfortunate area. Very unfortunate.
Yo, chat, be honest with yourself. You don't have to say it in the chat, but be honest with yourself. Like, what after taking a loss like that, what are your beliefs right now about the market? Because that's what you're ultimately trading, your beliefs about the market. And that's what ultimately you're going to become as well, right? Your thoughts. So, like, be honest. You don't have to say it in the chat just right now where you're at. Like, what are your beliefs right now after taking that loss? Be real, too.
Let's just be honest. Let's just be real. Yeah, most of y'all should be like stone cold at this point, though. Loss is a loss. I like what the Alex G kid said. He said, "I don't feel." He said, "What do you feel right now, bro?" He said, "I don't feel." That's how y'all should. That should be the response. I don't feel.
Yeah. Facts. It's systematic.
The market is watching my screen. That's hilarious. I feel the market is watching me.
There really should be no flesh right now in trading. Like, it should all be systematic right now.
Systematic, Johnny Gems. All right, 14 seconds. We're going to get a closure here for 9:30. Looks like we're going to close at resistance with no top wick.
Lovely.
So we can't do anything with that. We got 15 minutes for a 4-hour closure, but we can certainly do something with that. So I'm going to wait that 15. Hopefully we pull back here at, 30 minutes, right? 30 minutes till 9:30. So we'll see what happens.
Bro, it's 9:30
I mean,
right
I'm
now.
sorry. Wait, what did I say? To the 4-hour close. Yeah, to the 4-hour close.
9:30. Yeah, big 4-hour closure coming up. My eyes are still looking great today, bro. Like, daily did not come back up yet. Make that top wick.
I mean, if that next 4-hour wants to go, you got clean longs all day here.
Hell yeah, bro.
All right, if the next one wicks down.
Yeah. And all we got to do on the lower time frames, wait for that pullback and support.
That's it.
So, patience.
We're moving, man. We're moving. Boom. Let's take a look here. Yeah, so that 4-hour did exact. That was really the only clean time frame too on NQ. Yeah, everything else is pretty choppy. Can we look at charts for stream? Yes, let's take a look. Charts for stream. All right, let's see here. Let's see. 1 sec. All right, perfect. All right, so we'll keep an eye on gold. I mean, obviously we wanted the longs, but they're gone at this point, so we got to wait now. All right, so trade one, let's see. So full, okay, fake out here. Entry, okay, look good. TP1, all right. Hold on. Did that actually go down? Oh, yeah, this 15. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so why does your range look smaller than mine? All right, cool. So yeah, entry. Yeah, I like this. Yeah, I was very, very bullish here today. So good idea. Let's see. Trade. Needed to get your feedback on this one. Yeah, daily bullish, 4-hour bullish, 1-hour bearish, but tap target, 30-minute. Yeah, this looked great. This is a great trade. Is there anything I could have done better on this? And when price creates a fresh support, then follows up with a resistance, celery play, and is against the daily or 4-hour, is that another range too? Sometimes. If you got high volume coming in, like a 930 trade, if not, then I would actually wait for the range 2 over the celery play. Because what can happen is it can break the low and then start pushing back up when the bias is still in the opposite direction. So about this trade here, about this question here, I think he did a great job. Oh, my bad. I think he did a great job in this trade in regards to right there. And then this, I would say, yeah, wait for range 2. Yeah, don't take the celery play. Yeah, stick to the range 2, and then over time, maybe you'll watch the celery play kind of work, and you'll miss that move and miss that move and miss that move, and then eventually you'll catch on to when you feel it best to enter on the celery there or wait for the range 1, range 2. Yeah. Good trade, though. All right, trade number 2 here. So let's take a look. 15 celery. Okay, so I'm guessing, is this a sell? 4-hour, 1-hour, 30-minute target tapped, BE, 50% partials, okay. 15 celery, entry on the break of that low. Yeah, I don't think it's too bad. I don't think that's too bad. The only thing I didn't like, or I don't like here, is the fact that this green candle's got no wick on it, and there's just a lot of rejection. So I don't think I would have taken that, but it definitely is a celery play. I would just say be careful. You know, when you're selling into like wicks like that, just please make sure there's a lot of volume on your side. Otherwise, you just reject out of it, you know. So I know price did come down here, but that could have rejected basically anywhere. Yeah, so that one I probably wouldn't have taken. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken both those trades, actually. Oh, no, the first one looked good, but this one, yeah, probably wouldn't have taken that. This to London, daily bearish for, yep. No top wick. To move down and give the 4-hour a bottom wick. Yeah, that's a good idea. Is there anything I could have done better? Yeah, I personally just would have stayed out of that trade. I wouldn't have taken it with all that chop to the left, especially on the 15-minute time frame. So I probably would have waited for a strong 30 closure, maybe even a 1-hour closure there before taking the trade. Yep. But other than that, way to swing the bat, bro. Keep swinging. Keep swinging. Especially when you're in the learning phase, your only job is to learn, right? It's to go out and keep swinging and make mistakes and get feedback and all that good stuff. Was this a good trade idea? Taking an Asian? Yes, I think we were bearish on the 4-hour. Yeah, that looked great. Yep. Yeah, good trade. Played out good, but stopped me out. 19th of June. Let's take a look. Buys on the break of the high. 30-minute onion. Bottom wick. Okay, placed the buy stops. Activated me, then stopped me out. Yeah, again, you know, that always sucks, right? But that's going to happen from time to time. I think this is a good trade. I think this is good execution, and yeah, so this is a trade that you could have gave it a second shot now once the candle closed. Like, so being that the candle never closed below the range there, it remained above, and if this is a volume time, which it looks like it is, that's your opportunity to re-add to that or retake a trade there and then maybe capitalize on that, right? Close partials somewhere around there. So yeah, this is probably one you could have given a second chance to. Yeah, because you were on the money about the bias. Let's see here. Took sells on the celery. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I think I took these sells too last night. I think it was the same ones. Yeah, no, good trades, guys. Good trades. If anyone else has trades that you want to review, send them in and we'll take a look at them.
Man, that 4-hour, bro.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. See, so as long as you respect the lows, right? Respect the schmear down here, then this candle can still bump up. You know, so a lot of you guys were looking for shorts and whatnot, but do you see why I kept the bullish bias there? Until we closed bearish, I just couldn't get behind the sells.
Yeah.
if we didn't take the trade at 8:30, I still don't think we would have been in this 9:15, 9:30 trade at all.
Definitely not, bro.
What could we have done better? Nothing. Nothing. I think we did everything exactly how we should have done. The only thing we could have done better was go break even at the wick fill. That's it. Or maybe close and wait for the 30 closure. But, you know, that's, you can't really say that, right? You could say that now looking back at it, but you can't say we could have done that better, if that makes sense. I think we did everything perfect. Outside of maybe you know, break even or something. Holy, we're moving. Daily coming back up for that top wick just when you thought it was impossible. Yeah, we're coming back up, man, just as anticipated. My main account? No, I've been out on that one. Been out.
Yeah. No, yeah, DJ Scratches, that last trade we took, I mean, it was just that buy off support, you know? That's what we were talking about, taking in pre-NY2, right? Range 2 sells and buys off supports. So that trade we took was basically a buy off support.
Yeah, we're pretty much, so scratch this candle right here, right? We were basically anticipating this move. So pretend that didn't happen because that's the one that stopped us out, right? The idea was a buy off that support to fill that range.
Yeah.
And that was it. I don't think we could have done anything differently. When the price is right, you got to execute.
Yep.
I mean, we've been milking gold all month long, so, you know, it's all right. Take a couple bucks back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. We'll keep moving.
Okay, sorry, not that trade. The chart. It was the chart that Nick was looking at for someone. Yeah, I'm not too sure which one that was.
Would you look at that? What sucks too is you never really got like a nice fake out. Like a nice closure here would have been basically our ticket up. That would have been our ride up on that next candle. Boom, boom, boom. So being that we ran up so well, would you look for like a 15-minute for the pullback? Probably not. I'll probably stick with my bias, the bullish bias, and that pullback I'll let go. And then once a support is formed, then I'll buy it. You know, I'll start buying again. Something like that. So I really wouldn't be interested in the sell back down.
Yeah, we're about to have a new fire closure anyways, so you know, pullback should start to happen soon.
Yeah. Holy, we're rallying. 5-minute rally.
This is setting up nicely though for a nice buy off support. It really is.
Yeah, we might have to stick around a little later today.
I think so. I'm still feeling a banger trade here.
Need 135.
Okay, yeah, Nick, I think
beautiful. What happened?
I think DJ Scratches has a question though in the clubhouse chat. I think you were looking at that. I don't know what you said about that sell or something. He sent it in.
So let me see, brother. Let me see this one here.
Yeah. What'd you say about that one? I don't think I heard you say anything.
I don't know. Was this one in charts for stream?
I think so.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, this one looks good. If I can get a little explanation, we'll talk about it. Depending on what candle you entered on, you know what I mean? I'm not sure which one you entered in on.
Nah.
Send me
Entered
this.
on.
Send me that a little bit better, like a little, like just a note or two.
Yeah, DJ Scratch. Remember we were looking at it, but the candle. Remember we had the sell stops on the sell replay, but then we kind of just closed bullish, right? So we were like, all right, let's just wait for the closure below, and then we didn't get the closure below, and that candle also had no lower wick on it, right? So that candle had no lower wick on it, and we didn't get the closure below. So yeah, just let the sells go there.
Yeah, but it depends on what candle you entered in on, right? So if you entered before the no wick, then yeah, I think it was pretty good celery.
Yeah. Well, you said you didn't take that, right, Nick?
That might not have been the one I took. Let me show you. The one I took was at it looked like it. The one I took was at 22.30. So that was over here. So I don't think that was the same trade. Asian. No. Yeah.
Yeah, DJ. So he didn't take that trade.
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, I didn't take that one. I think I said I took it, but I think I was confused. Wrong one.
Yeah.
The rocket ship left me? I know it did. You should gone. When do you change your bias during a session? When the 4-hour candle changes its bias. So for instance, the reason I've been so bullish all session is due to the fact that this 4-hour candle closed as support. So even if the 4-hour candle is down here, right, or here, or anywhere for that matter, I would expect it to make the lower wick to keep moving up, right? So I'm going to stay bullish. Now, when will I switch my bias? So if that didn't come back up and close below the range, something like this, that's when I would have switched my bias, right? Because now you have basically price closing bearish on the 4-hour below, and that would make me want to look for sells now with all that clean range to the left. Does that make sense? So until that happens, I would just remain bullish there. Good question, though. Good question. Should I hold till 33.70? 33.70? I think we tapped. Yeah, we'd been tapped that. Gonna go for a payout today? Nice, dude. I was actually gonna try and go for a payout today too. So maybe if I can get the loss back in another G or something, yeah, then maybe I'll go for a payout today. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to save it for next week. So as long as the 4-hour open, the bias stays the same, correct. But I will look for range 2, right? So let's say like the 4-hour is still bullish, but all of a sudden like this is what happens here. So 4-hour is still bullish, but all of a sudden you get something like a closure like this, right? And then obviously I wouldn't take that sell, but then let's say you get a candle that kind of comes up like that now, right? So let's kind of get rid of all this. Right, so now this is what you got, right? So you got that candle, and now you have like a bit of a range here. So I wouldn't take the buy here, but I also wouldn't take the sell. But if we close, let's say back below that support, that's where I would switch my bias and maybe look towards taking the sells, even though the 4-hour is still bullish. So it would have to be a range 2 sell. I wouldn't execute off that first red candle. Yeah. Wow. Thank you, Mrs. Lippy. What a move. What a move. $10K steps? Yeah, facts. Hey, let me know how that event is, man. You got some heavy hitters in there. Mr. Belford. Who else did you say? Jordan Belford. Was it Grant Cardone or someone? Goggins, I think I read.
Oh yeah, I think I know Gary V, David Goggins. I think I know which event you're talking about.
Yeah. Right? How come gold couldn't just like do that while we were in the trade? No wick, no nothing.
Anything could happen.
Anything. Perfect bias, but maybe we entered too early. But again, you know, you can't say that in the moment, right? Because when you have the 30 closing back above and the fake out and all that going down, you know, you got to execute there. So anything above the range for me was pretty good. Kind of very similar to the left-hand side. So even like this candle kind of closed weak, but notice how because we're above, we kept moving up there. So that was the plan here. And we had broke the highs, you know, or at least pushed right up to the highs there, only to, you know, come right back down. So, yeah, I think that was a good trade. I don't think we were too early. I think we were right on time for a loss today. Yeah, I think we were right on time for our loss. And that's fine. You know, that's part of the game, part of trading. That loss had our name on it. It surely did. It's a good loss, though. Yep. We could live with that one. Here comes our daily top wick, by the way. Nobody knows nothing. Stay hard. Yeah, Goggins, man. Goggins. Any trades taken? Yeah, we took a buy here. So we took a buy on gold right here. Took this buy expecting a beautiful push up. And got stopped out. So that was the move. That was the idea. But it didn't work on the first run. We came back down into the zone, and then price popped up after that. It was surely a good trade, though. Top One Futures, they I got an email, so they extended the 55% discount till today. So it looks like today's the last day for 55%, and then I think I got word that it goes to 40. Yeah, I think it's 40 on the next promo. So yeah, that ends today. Just FYI. 55% off all accounts with these guys. So I think it goes down to 40 starting tomorrow. Goldie, Goldie, Goldie. Sheesh. What a move. What a move. Congratulations. Give Gold a round of applause here. Beautiful move.
Get it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Wow. Crazy part is really really no entries available outside of maybe this one. But at that point, we had already moved up so much, right? And that was our partial TP right here. So yeah, there was really, unfortunately, this one closes right there, no wick. This one pushes up, no wick. So just moving on up like the Jeffersons here.
Yep.
Sometimes we grab liquidity, sometimes we are the liquidity. That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yep. This shall fly down. This shall fly down. 4-hour closure coming up in 7 minutes. So yeah, I mean, if the 4-hour close with no wick, we're selling right away. I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I don't care. We'll stay here till 12, till noon today if we have to.
Right.
We must get into markets. Oh man, how cool was it having Raja Banks up in here yesterday, man? That was wild.
Amazing.
That
bro.
was wild. That was like a full circle moment, man.
Yeah.
Like, obviously I've spent some time with him on other calls and stuff, but that was legit like full circle. Like, I had to text some of my boys that I first started trading with that we really don't trade together anymore, and I had to send them that, bro. And that was just like full circle, man. Yeah, because I remember, like, I don't want to say obsessed with Raja. I was obsessed with the style of trading, and I would never deviate from the plan. So, like, just the way you guys see me never deviate really too much now, I've been like that for a very long time now. So, like, my other boys, they would trade a little bit different and whatever. I'm not too sure how they traded, but they would trade just a little bit different, and they would always kind of get at me for always waiting for closures or always waiting for breakouts and just being obsessed with that one strategy, blah, 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 blah. But, man, it pays, it paid off in the end to where I really developed a good quality system for myself. And then now to have that dude on the live stream yesterday was just insane.
I know, bro.
Like, I had to hit up
Full
Tandy.
circle.
I had to hit up Tandy. I was like, yo, Tandy, look at this, bro.
Yeah.
He was like, wow.
Insane, bro. That was freaking awesome.
Classic. Epic.
So many times just listening to him, on my laptop. Now
Yeah.
talking to him, crazy.
Yup. Crazy. Yo, and by the way, what was up with that buy yesterday? I didn't understand. I didn't understand that at all. But hey, man, the GOAT's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Four pip juice box. 1,000 lots. Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, 4-hour closure coming up, boys and girls. We got a daily top wick now. It looks like 2. Sheesh. This 4-hour went crazy. Just when you thought it was gonna be a celery play or something, barely close above, it just pushes through the whole range.
Dude, this freaking 4-hour tap target, bro. This thing just juiced up in the last 45 minutes.
Yeah, it was a nice move. Everything was pretty much mapped out. Just couldn't get that second entry back in there, and that's okay.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Appreciate you, Prather Trader. Yeah, that's right. We had some lunch last month.
Right, the trader. What's up, bro? I'm trying to hit that place back up, bro.
I actually
You were
went
just there, Nick.
Yeah, I just went there like 2 days ago. Yo, Prather, I've been there like 10 times since we went there.
That place is fire.
Appreciate you putting me on with the steakhouses in my own hometown, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Nick, let's go, bro, when I get back.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Oh,
You're not even in Florida. I completely forgot about that.
I know, bro. I'll be back soon, though.
The kid's in New York. Raja was testing me. He was testing me. Yeah, that's true.
Nick, it's actually really nice, though, to get a break from that Florida heat, bro. Bro, I went out for a walk this morning. It was so nice and cool. Just
I bet.
was amazing.
I bet. Yeah, I'm down. I'm down to go back for sure. Nick, revenge trading? Yeah, it's coming. Friday, baby, Friday. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, hey, what'd you guys think? Did you guys think I was gonna pull the trigger when Raja put the pressure on? Who thought I'd pull the trigger on that just because? You would have thought. No, I'm just kidding. Who thought it? Anyone?
I didn't think.
We got to get that wick down on the 4 hour. Yeah, we'll see if we even close with a top wick here. This kind of sucks. Oh, man.
If we close with no top wick, bro, I'm calling it a week.
I'm taking sells. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah, bro. Actually, though, I'm calling it a week. Minute and 42 seconds, and we got no top wick. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yes, sir, Louis G. You know the vibes. Feels good.
You thought I would? Yeah. I couldn't do it in front of my people like that. You know what I mean?
I knew you weren't, bro. Come on. Kimmy. Stop playing.
Ooh, discipline is key. Yeah, I love that. Yes.
Yes.
You see, that's what I think sometimes in my head when people talk to me. But then I just tell them, hey, man, don't worry, man. You could do it. Just don't snooze the alarm clock anymore. But really, I want to be, I really want to say something else. But I only say those on the elite calls.
Yeah, nah, man. I wasn't tempted. I was locked out. I just said that. I literally couldn't even trade on my account.
Yeah. And Q with some rejection.
Maybe NQ.
4 hour, yeah, 4 hour rejecting highs here.
And there's that daily topic.
There it is. Just when you thought it would never happen. 45 minutes later,
nice, bro.
top wick is official.
Yeah. Honestly, support on NQ looks fuego as well.
All right, NQ closing bear. Let's see gold. Gold closing. Yeah, this ain't going to work here. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not going to work. So no buys on gold. Nothing. Nothing. Sells. Sells 4 hour closing here. Sells aren't that bad, but we got to get a push up first. We cannot just take sells. We either need a push up or we need a little support form now. Yeah, so something like this. Maybe a bearish closure, right? Ideally, if we could push up, that'd be awesome, man. Something like that, and then we can wait for support and then another bullish on the 15. And then maybe take a celery play or take, the next candle that closes below. Something like that. Something like that. Gold, yeah, the bias on gold. Let's run a fresh breakdown. You guys want to just do 2 fresh top-down analysis? Let's just pretend that we just got here. Let's do it. Let's start with gold here. So gold. So daily time frame officially has that wick now, right? So it had very little to no wick on it. It's got the wick now. So the 4 hour here is closed very strong bullish. The only issue is where it closed, right? So it closed right at resistance. If we look left, we got a lot of chop here. We might be looking at somewhat of a target tapped trade coming up here, right? So 4 hour did close strong, but it closed, I think it's done its job, right? I mean, I would say if I'm in this trade off the 4 hour time frame, I'm out right there, right? Because it's likely to reject from here. So I'm not really buying the rest of the 4 hour move up. It would be nice though if we can break this high, attempt to move up in this wick area, right, and then come crashing back down, breaking the lows in like 20-25 minutes. So 1 hour also, right, closed very strong. It's holy 200 and 300 pip candle. That's crazy. 300 pip candle here. So I think if you can probably close back below the range here, below 81, then we have a shot at moving down, right? But we got to be careful there. You know, you got to be careful. The 4 hour would shock me if it didn't move up a little bit. I want to see the 4 hour move up, break the highs, and then reject in this area here. And then if we can get a little closure below, we start breaking that low down there, and that's what we can potentially take some sells here on gold with this target tap concept in front of us. So that is pretty much the idea. We'll see if we can get that to play out. That's probably going to take another 30 minutes. So we'll stick around till at least 11 today and see if we can get something like that. But no more buys, you know, no more buys, at least from up here. Maybe if we come back down, create support down here, we could take more buys, but definitely no buys up here on gold. So we'll see if we can possibly take the counter trend trade. Maybe we wait for support. Maybe we take nothing, but that's like the idea there on gold. The NASDAQ here, let's take a look. So daily has officially filled that wick. The 4 hour also closing at resistance here, right? 30-minute time, or sorry, 1 hour time frame just closed below. 30-minute looks good, closing below here as well. The only issue is that there's no top wick on the 4 hour yet. So I really want to see those highs break, very similar to gold. A little bit of an attempt to fill the wick and then catch the rejection. So that the reason we want to do that is because we want to see if we actually will reject. So the reason we want to see the price move up is to see if it's gonna fail, right, to fill that wick and then come down and start crashing. So definitely want to see the break of the high and then see what we do from there, and then potential sell stops, you know, on the break of the lows there. Yeah, maybe 30-minute celery would be great, you know, something that comes back up here and then closes back below the range would be awesome. Kindly update red day. What you mean? What you mean? This day is not over yet, brother. What you talking about, Willis? The day ain't finished. We ain't done. Come on, man. You can't count yourself out with more game to play. You feel me? You smell me? You smell me? I'm about to crack another XSG. We're just getting started here today. Come on, man. Don't give up that early. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning. We got a big day ahead of us.
Stock market just opened up.
But I kindly will update the red day if it is a red day. Got you. And I will kindly update it to a green day if it's a green day. But we got to wait for that day to be over, man. We got to wait. Just like we got to wait on the price, we got to wait on the day. Austin. Gotta get that revenge trade in, man. It's either a BE day or a blown account, yo. You guys are funny, man. You guys are funny. Bro, is this song not tough? 4.
Yes.
Oh snap. We coming back. We coming back.
If you got a problem with me, you gon' have to talk to him. Big facts. This little heaven off a big stack. So that Range Rover deuces, I don't miss that. Had to get up my excuses on a diss track. I'll be walking where the truth is. Ain't no zigzag, no more. Tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost.
Started from the bottom, baby.
Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it dropped. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fired up. I'm ready to keep trading, man. Hey. We'll save that for the outro.
Oh, bro.
We'll save it for the outro. Can you explain the target tap concept? Of course. In the course, it's being no, I'm just kidding. I'll explain it right here. So basically target tapped, right? So if we say the 4-hour tap target, right, what we're looking for now is the opportunity to sell on the next 4-hour candle, which is going to be the current one, right? So we want to take sells in the break of that low. But first, we need to see this break the high, right, to activate all the buyers that are waiting for that high to break to get in here. We see a lot of rejection. So the idea is, okay, the 4-hour can certainly move up here. But at that point, we already let that go. We'll just let that go, right? But if it fails to break the wick or fails to in this area and comes back down and re-breaks the low, there's a very high chance that 4-hour candle will make a steeper lower wick coming down, right? So that would be the opportunity for us to take sells, or maybe not even a lower wick, right? Maybe that candle just is going to reject resistance and start to come on down and close something like that. So what we're going to look for on the lower time frame is opportunities to participate in that move down. So what that will usually look like is something like, let's go back down to the lower time frames now, right? So what that's going to look like is possible fade ideas. So if you get something like, a bunch of, like, let's say this candle fails. Let me get this thing. Let's say that this candle fails to break the high, right? Sometimes what'll happen is another candle will fail to break the high, and then you can look at impulse trades from there. So now us saying, hey, the target's been tapped, we're running out of steam, right? We got big candle, and then 2 or 3 really small candles. That's when you can go ahead and execute on the break of the lows there for an impulse trade, right? Or you can kind of wait on the closure and then take the sell from there, right? Understanding that, like, the higher time frame has tapped its own target, and that we should begin to move down from there. So that's pretty much it. You wait for like that little support too, and then you wait for the closure, and then boom, you're in there. It's pretty simple. It's just, hey, I wouldn't want to take buys here. I don't think I'd want to take more buys here just because we're in this area. So I'd rather lean more towards on the side of the pullback. Right? I was very bullish up until here, and that's kind of where my bullish bias stops now. Does that make sense? Now, sometimes what's going to happen is you'll get this candle to break the lows and just move down. I wouldn't advise taking a sell now. Like, the move already happened in a way. So I would advise like waiting a little bit on a lower time frame for just a little pullback or something. Yeah, because once you pull back right from there, you can literally just set up a new support and continue moving bullish, right? So that's why anytime you're coming back down into like these ranges here or these ranges here, we want to close partials. But if we can't even enter until then there's no point in even taking the sell. You might as well just wait for the support to buy back up pretty much. Will you tell us when I enter? Yeah, I'll tell you guys, of course. If you can, give the stream a like here today. Yeah, give the stream a like.
Like it up, chat. Yo, let's get it, James. Beautiful work, bro. Amen, bro. Keep trading the playbook every session. Let's go.
Let's get it, brother. Beautiful. 1 trade, 2 trades, 1 trade, 3 trades, 1 trade. Yeah, amazing, bro. Beautiful. Great job.
What I like to see.
Oh. Good work, James. Yeah, all this is extremely choppy up here. So no buys for me at this point. Obviously, the buys were, much smoother in these ranges here. So.
Yeah, man. 4-hour close in a tough spot, man. Remember last night we were in Asian. We were talking about like buys are chalked, right? We're back in that area where we had very choppy ranges for buys.
Yeah. All right, what are we looking for here?
Yo.
Potential sells. Potential sells. We'll see.
Yo, webinar tomorrow. What are we doing? Q&A? Hello?
Webinar tomorrow. Yeah, so webinar tomorrow. I think. Let me double check with Rafi. I think Rafi wanted to do part 2 of last week's session. So if he wants to do that and he's good to do it, we'll let him do that while all the information is still fresh from last weekend, and he could just do the part 2, and then I'll step in next week and we'll do a higher time frame, lower time frame correlation.
All right, bet, bro. Yeah, I was just curious. I wasn't too sure whose turn it was.
Yeah, we're not going to talk much about, so during that webinar, we'll touch a little bit on entries and exits and whatnot, but we're mainly going to talk about how to correlate timeframes, how to tell the story, how to get a read on price pretty much, basically from going time frame to time frame.
Let's get it.
Because a lot of the trades, I was going to say, a lot of the trades recently have been very scientific in terms of like, you know, picking apart each time frame and correlating them to the T to overall make a good bias and a good story so we could have confidence in the trade. So I think some people may be lacking that skill set, because that skill set truly is one that it does take time. So you can get it explained to you. You can come here and watch the breakdown over and over again. If it's explained well and all that, you'll obviously shorten your learning curve, but it ultimately does take chart time to really dial in the time frames and correlate them like at these type of levels.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool. We broke the high. Perfect. So we need a closure. We need a bearish closure. Broke the 4-hour highs. We know the buyers are in now. By the way, just like us, there are some people that did not get these buys, right? But unlike us, they have FOMO. We don't. We're going to wait for a more logical idea and not just jump in based off emotion. And Q could be good. Not yet, though. Not yet. Without that breaking the high, I don't trust this move down at all. No. Looking at this 30-minute candle now, I mean, this kind of was pretty weak. I don't know why it looked so like decent in at that time, but yeah, it was a pretty weak candle. I mean, it still closed above or whatever, but yeah.
That's the only thing I was thinking of.
Yeah, maybe that was a little weak. But at that point, we were already in the trade, so obviously your mind is gonna try and convince you to stay in.
Exactly.
Yeah. But the fake out was good. Yeah, the fake out was good there, though.
We can only move forward now. Keep it in mind.
All right, cool. Yeah, it's official. So part 2 from last weekend's webinar will be going down tomorrow. So the big Rafi will be back up. And we'll be doing part 2 of everything we talked about last week, which was very, very important stuff. So yeah, that'll be going down tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern. Let's get.
Good, bro. I'd rather honestly do that. That's gonna be fire, because last week was super fire. So I want to keep learning more. Same.
Yeah, that was really good.
And we already know the charts, honestly. Like the mind is where we gotta master, honestly, in trading. So let's get it.
Yeah. And then the following week, I'll prepare like a higher time frame, lower time frame correlation type of webinar that we can really, talk it out. And then the following weekend. Oh wait, hold on. So that following weekend will be the 28th, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, so we'll be good.
Yeah.
There won't be a webinar on the 5th, though. So no webinar on Saturday the 5th, which is the day of the meetup.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the only day we won't be doing a webinar, but this weekend we're good, next weekend we're good, and the following weekend we'll be running the meetup at that time, so there won't be a webinar. Do you do BTC on the weekend? Like trade it? No, I don't like day trade Bitcoin at all. I'm just like a Bitcoin investor, just hold Bitcoin. Charts for stream? Yeah, you got another one for me? Let's take a look. All right, let's see here. All right, charts for stream. Let's see what we got, brother. So, I think we already went over this one, right? The buys here. I don't even want to look at this one anymore, bro. I don't even want to look at it. Which one are we looking at? Don't remind me about those buys, man. I think we talked about this already,
It's
no?
not euro.
Oh, euro. Okay, that looks just like gold, man. Oh my goodness. All right.
Bro, gold is not that clean, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. I'm like, why does your chart not look anything like mine? Because like that looks like the move up that gold made. I'm like, that looks so much better than mine.
I wish that was the move gold made.
Yeah. But am I tripping, or did we not go over this one already? I think we went over this, right? Maybe not. Is there anything I could have done better here? Let's take a look. So entry at the break of the current 15-minute candle. Okay. Partials, full TP. Nah, man, it looks good. It looks good to me. Super clean, right? You kind of paying attention over here to this area for partials, and then full TP right here. So I like that. That's exactly what I would have done. And then I know there's a lot of wicks here, but during the higher times of volume, what you could say is this candle here has officially done what all these candles have not been able to do, which was close above the range. So therefore that will typically be the leader, right? And that guy will lead the pack there. So anytime you see that, don't get too caught up on these wicks. If the volume's in, the bias is there, and the closure happens, that's kind of like that candle is making a bit of a statement and saying, hey, I'm the one that's making a decision here. You can follow me, right? And then you move up with that candle. Yeah, because that candle has done what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, basically 6 other candles attempted to get above there, were unable to do it. This guy was the first one to be able to do it. Therefore, that's typically our confirmation candle. Yeah. The price just came back down to stop me out, then set up for a nice range 2 buy. What should I have done better? Okay, so boom, aim down, stops you out. I mean, maybe just wait for the range 2. You know, price came back up, stopped me out, and then it's set up for a nice range 2 buy. So I think just waiting for the range 2 there would have been much better. Meaning, let this candle close, right? Let it close, and then now you wait for a closure above. So you might get that closure above on the next candle, you might not, right? If you get this candle, then it's still, you know, you still got to wait. If you get this candle though, that pops above, now that's your range 2 buy. And now you got clean range to the left and an opportunity to take a buy position. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yeah,
so just wait for that.
Whoever was that, if you remember, like, what was the 4-hour looking like? Was it bearish? Probably.
Yeah, it looks like it was bearish.
Yeah.
Any thoughts? Yeah, you took a sell with the candle had no bottom wick there. No top wick here. So it's no surprise we kind of tapped down and came back up there. Yeah, and then the bigger move happened later, you see? So yeah, anytime a bearish candle closes without a lower wick, I stay out of that. This one, yeah, it's pretty good. I like this. Yeah, it's a good move. Beautiful. All right, I don't normally open these, but I know Trader X personally, so I'm pretty sure he's not gonna Let's see, brother.
I don't think so.
Gold, 30-minute, 3/4 risk. Okay. Can I zoom this or no? I can't really see it. No, I don't think I can zoom. Can I zoom? Oh yeah, right here. Okay, perfect. Oops. Wait, how do I get rid of that now? What's happening here? What's happening?
Whoa, bro. Trippy.
How do I... Oh yeah,
Nah,
I'm good. Wait, I think I'm good now.
Just kidding.
What the heck? Okay, cool. So gold, 30-minute time frame, London session, bearish bias. Okay, cool. Let's take a look here. So where's the trade? Hold on. What is this? Hide this. Move. Why can't I see the trade? Where's the entry? Is that the entry here on that middle line, or is that price? Let me see something here.
Oh.
All right, I'm not too sure. If you could send this one maybe
Is that a buy?
or maybe a buy?
I don't know. Is it a buy or sell? Can't tell.
Oh yeah, I'm not too sure.
Oh, that's the
see.
4 hour?
Is there more information?
He said that's the 4 hour.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, more information. Okay, so
So
you
what
took a
was the 4 hour
sell.
bearish?
So let's go ahead and see that 4 hour again. So 4 hour bearish. You kind of filled the wick there, but you still got more room to go. So 4 hour bearish. This is the 30-minute time frame. Yeah. Yeah, so I think what happened there is you kind of filled the wick on the 4 hour already, right? And where's that 4 hour bias? Oh, it was bearish.
That one.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say like we pushed down already. We filled this wick to the left and we filled that one too. So to take this sell, maybe just wait for like a new support. You see how this candle kind of melted down pretty heavy? So it was a big push down. So sometimes I don't really like taking those. I like when the candle closes up here, right? So it gives me much more room to get down there. I think that would be the better trade. If you see something like this, most likely what's going to happen is you're going to get a little push back up, you know, maybe like a thing like that. And then you could wait for a closure from that point, right? Close below, and now you could take the sells. So I think that would have been just a little bit better, being that you already filled the wick and you had a strong, like a really big, like either 15 or 30-minute closure here.
It was like a mid-range type of entry. You kind of like were maybe forcing it to like supports were pretty close to your entry as well.
Yeah, yeah, it's not bad. I think just with the 4 hour already doing so much work like that, you know, and the other one having no wick and all that, that maybe it just needed a little pullback. All right, arrow sassy. Let's take a look here. Gold is potentially gonna give us something here. So, all right, let's take a look. So this is the new 4 hour start on Oanda. Trend is down. Got resistance on 1 hour 30:15. Anticipated the wick fill. Okay, resistance here. Wick to fill here. Closed partials down there. Our New York session trade. Hey, we didn't need to hear about 6. We didn't need, no, I'm just kidding. Beautiful trade, brother. Great trade. Great trade. Our New York session trade took all my profits. Oh man. Hey, we didn't need to know about that part. Oh, nah, excellent trade, brother. Great work. Yeah, the only thing here is like this runs a little bit of a risk with that support sitting there. So that entry, you know, is kind of a little late. Maybe if you could have gotten a better one. But other than that, I like the idea. Bias is good. Trade is clean. Support there. But again, just because you're at a support doesn't mean you're going to reject it, right? So if you got all the other ideas kind of working in your favor, there are times where you can bend the rule a smidge, right? When it comes to that, because you probably did close below on a lower time frame too. But yeah, great trade, bro. Great trade. TMI, bro. TMI on number 6. The trend, yeah. All right, let's see here. Let me check on Kingman real quick, as he's wild.
All right. Alrighty. Too much charts. My brain's all over the place. Yeah, word, Miko. Too much details. Peace out, Scratches. Peace, bro. Have a good weekend. Catch you tomorrow for the webinar. Yeah, I see NQ gone. NQ, nice bleeder. Cool. What's up, Abdurba? What's up, man? How's life? Life is amazing, bro. Blessed and highly favored. Yeah, I can't complain, bro. Doing better than I deserve. Already rich. Got countless amount of blessings that were given to me for free. So yeah, feeling wealthy, feeling rich. You know, my daily routine is, you know, filled with positive inputs. So feeling wealthy there as well. So yeah, life's great. Taking one step forward in the process, trusting my process, you know, with certain goals outside of my life also. Yes, sir, man. How you doing? Yeah, Kingman's crying. What am I doing with this 30-minute close? Oh, yeah, I don't know, man. Gold's in a tough spot. Gold's in a tough spot. I see we're at resistances and stuff on the 4-hour, 1-hour, 30-minute. I don't know if I want to sell, though. I mean, I know Nick was talking about sells, so I don't want to talk about his sells, but I don't know. I might wait for the range 2 sells, if anything, just because we're, like, very bullish. But, like, I can understand the sells, too, just being at resistance. But, like, usually when I'm, like, I don't know, like, you know, I don't have a good read on price, I'll just stay out. So probably won't do anything. Yeah.
Oh, the little ones, the little ones. John, you waiting for range 2? I think if we get a pack here, I'm good to go. So a little pack runner, I'm going to take these sells. What I mean by that is if we can get a top wick that just basically comes up, breaks the high here, and then re-breaks the low, I'm being there.
Yeah, like I'm not trying to down the sells. Like I don't have the best read, honestly, on gold right now.
Yeah, let's take a look at NQ2. Whoa.
NQ melted.
Okay, that 4-hour high never broke. Never broke the highs. Wow. All right, so gold pack runner. Otherwise, yeah, probably just going to call it a week. Yeah, these look good, though, to move down. Yeah, range 2 sells will do as well. So basically, like, let's say the price kind of creates support here, you know, and then you get a new closure below. That wouldn't be bad either. You got a lot of range to move back down on gold if we do want to move down, right? So, yeah, that's not that bad either. That'll probably take a little bit more time, though, to set up. That'll have to be a after stream trade, maybe.
Yeah, right.
But I'm vibing to like 11, so we'll see.
I bet. I'll stick around too.
Let's do it. Let's do it. So what's the plan for today, John? You guys going out to eat or anything?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'll probably go out to eat. Me and Maddie will see. I'll probably go to her house too. Spend some time there.
W.
Yeah.
W. Yeah, see how hard they drop.
Yeah, I saw some of her family yesterday.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Kingman's breaking everything. Yeah, you know how it is. Like he's the young one, so the little ones, the other ones, like don't include him in everything. You guys know how it is to be like a younger brother or sister, right?
All right.
I say y'all better watch out for Kingman. You're gonna want to hang out with him pretty soon. Which NQ chart do I look at? I look at NQ, just that one, the NQ chart. There's the MNQ and the NQ. That's the one I look at. What a move, though. Damn, that's crazy.
See that?
4 hour never popped up once there. $800 people watching. Let's go ahead and trade. All right, brother. Call the signal. What we doing? Talk to me, G. Talk to me. You call it. I'll take it. What we doing? What we doing?
Call it.
Come on, brother. There's 800 people watching. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Make a decision. Buy or sell, sir. Buy or sell. Come on, coach. Come on. Call it, brother. Call it. Let's go.
Yeah.
Time's ticking.
Buy and sell.
We're all waiting. How much risk? Where's my
buy.
stop loss?
What do you want to do?
What do you want to do? Talk to me nice, G. Talk to me nice.
Yo, Aaron, what's up, brother? Aaron, bro, we missed you in London tonight, bro.
Aaron was out exploring the world.
Yeah.
He gone. He's gone, man. He's gone. It's not that easy, is it? It's not that easy when the pressure's on. You know, I was in the clubhouse. I was in the clubhouse in Asian session. What was that? 2 or 3 nights ago, and I left everyone's mic on. And I said, "All right, who's ready to do the breakdown now?"
Yeah.
It literally got that quiet. It literally got that quiet. Like, man, yeah, you want to come up here and do the breakdown, call the trades, and run the stream, right? You think it's so easy, eh? Oh, man.
Maybe we should do that one day. Just pick someone.
Have someone
do the top
random?
down.
Yeah.
We all
pick a random person.
we all know that. Yeah, we all know that one teacher who would just randomly like pick on us. Like, John, what did I just say? Like, snap. I don't know. I wasn't listening.
Can you repeat the question again? Sorry.
Yeah, bro. Hate those teachers.
Decision made. We follow your plan. Great, good idea, bro. Great decision. Why not the sell? The sells are looking good here. Yeah, the sells are looking good. I think we need a bit of a top wick here. The 15, just to add a little more confirmation, because the 4 hour did close bullish. Just to add a little confirmation, it would be nice to see like a top wick on this candle. Otherwise, I'll probably just wait for a higher time frame closure there. Yeah, 15's got like no wick on it here. So with no wick on the 15 and the 4 hour being bullish, I can't do that. I can't do it. I can't do it. Let's go, full margin. All right, Sparrow, give me the trade, brother. Which trade? Talk to me. We got 800 people waiting. $15 pack? Yeah, 15 pack would be great. Yeah, that'd be awesome. That'd be amazing. Bump, bump.
You do anything today, Nick?
Let me check my schedule and see how busy it is. Oh, actually, nothing's on the schedule today. Yeah. Basically do whatever I want.
That's great.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
Sell. Okay, take a sell. 3365 TP. Okay, 3365 TP, and then 3343 as the stop loss. 3343. Wait, what? Brother, what? Oh, 3373. Hold on. Entry is at 6.5. So you're confusing me now, brother. You're confusing me here. 3373. Yeah, none of that makes sense. None of that makes sense. All right, who's got the next signal? Talk to me. We'll test it. We'll test it. Oh, you might be on this chart. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, you're definitely on the forex chart. Definitely. Gotcha. All right, let's take a look at that. All right, let's see here. So entry, where was that again? 3365. Okay, break of the lows. All right, entry on the break of the low. 3365. Stop loss at 4.3, which doesn't make sense. Stop loss at 7.3 actually. 7.3 up here. Okay, cool. Let's see if it works out. 7.3. That would probably be pretty good. Especially if we did come up and grab the pack runner. I don't think that's a bad trade. And if we don't come up, then at least you're in the trade. Yes, that one actually sounds pretty good. Where is it? 3.3. So if we get a top wick, then I will take that signal. How about that? 3373. All right, cool. Yeah, if not, I'm going to wait on a little bit of a higher time frame closure here. Who else? 15 contracts? I'm down. Got it. I like, yeah, I like this to make a top wick and come down towards like 7.4, 7.3, 7.4 here. That looks good to me. Mm -mm, mm -mm. 40 pips in profit on gold sells. Shall I exit? I think you shall follow your plan. So whatever the plan was, stick with that. Yes, brother, if your signal works, you're the new host of the Power Hour TTE live streams.
Oh,
let's go.
We need those.
Let's go, Brandon. This is big. This is big. Can I look at NQ? Of course. Yeah, NQ here at support, so we gotta see what happens. This selling move already kind of happened. Yeah, I would have liked sells, but 4 hours bullish. All right, let's see if we can come up and make that top wick here, and then if we can, potential selling opportunities. If the pack runner doesn't show, what are your what am I expecting? If the pack runner doesn't show, then I'll probably just wait on the 30 closure here and then take a sell off of that. Yeah, but I would like to see a little bit of a pack runner. Actually, the 1 hour closure would be our move here, right? Because the 1 hour and the 30 are all closing up at the same time here. So that's probably the vibe. And that'll pretty much be the last call. So if we can get that, we can get that. If not, then we're borderline walk-in revenge trading.
Hey, yeah, it's okay too to call it a day if you're red. You know, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, decide. Maybe we will have a red day here, but we ain't gonna.
It's all good.
We ain't gonna, you know, judge it too early.
Yeah. Day's still moving.
Day's still young.
Yes, it is. Just like all of us, we're all still young.
I could smell the volume coming back. Is that what that smell is? Hello.
No, bro,
How you doing?
that's King Man's diaper. None of this is financial advice.
By the way, everything we say up here is we don't know anything we're talking about, by the way. So we have no idea if this stuff is true or false. So do your own research and due diligence before you ever take our advice.
Facts.
You
Especially in the
just never know.
markets.
No, the markets you could take our advice, but everything else.
All right. Yeah. True.
I mean, maybe overeating is
Even the
healthier than
markets-
fasting. You just never know. So you got to test all these things on your own.
Facts, bro. Yeah, man. That should be a test for someone. You should test eating Oreos and stuff versus fasting. See how that goes.
6 months of snacking and fast food, see what result you get, and then 6 months of fasting and high quality meals. Just test it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, test it.
All right, well, we popped up and broke the highs, so that looks good. There's our top wick. There's our top wick, Brandon. That's right. So yeah, the candle's going to close in 1 minute, so I'm going to wait now on the closure. And if we remain below, then this looks pretty good. Costco pizza. Oh no, not Costco
sad.
pizza. So right now we get that little discounted entry. Nobody
Yeah.
knows nothing.
At the end of the day, we're really all just taking educated guesses, right, in the markets. So yeah,
Basically.
we really don't know what's happening. This is a weird
Science
candle on
experiment.
Goldie.
Science experiment, man. Super green for the week. Happy weekend, everyone. All right, Nico. Later, brother. Later,
Nico.
later. Bah. Yeah, I'm still up on the week. I'm still up over, I think, 10,000 on the week. Let me put this loss in. Let's put the loss. Oh, actually, hold on a second. Hold on.
Austin, bro, that's hilarious, man.
All right.
That's so funny.
Let's see how we do here, because if we make a top wick, I'd say back up towards like 84. We respect the highs here. I'll have a sell stop on the break of those lows. The straight to sim funded, I like them. Those are the ones that I use, so I like them. You can basically take a payout at like 6% profit, and you can take like 3,500 per account. So it's pretty nice. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Everyone needs sleep. Everyone's tired. Hey, it's Friday, man. The weekend's coming. Don't worry.
Chat, what's your guys' plans for Friday? Anything? Anyone doing anything fun?
You got a fun Friday coming or what?
Right. The week, as we always say, right? The weekend's a great time to review the trades from the past week. You know, reset, look at your trades, review, self-regulate, come back next week stronger.
Yeah.
W, Greg, sounds like a great plan, bro. I'm pretty similar to that too.
Fire. Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, so we gotta wait on a wick here. So if we get a wick, possible entries. Let's export, and bring it in. Bring it on in.
Yo, I think I seen Magnus in the house. It's good,
Magnus.
Yo, bro, I seen you at the beach. How was it, man?
He was at the beach. Let's get it.
It looked nice, bro. Weather looked really good.
It did.
Oh, fire, bro. Played some mini golf with the wifey too. Cool. Do a little golf. You won, right?
You beat your girl at mini golf, bro?
Nah.
Oh, I was gonna say that ain't right.
Nah. Your wife you won? Oh, damn. Yeah, Aaron, no mercy for the wife.
That's how Anna be. Anna be like, yo, you guys compete on everything. Like, I'm like, I'm sorry. We gotta compete.
Yeah, man.
Oh, USA Crypto. Appreciate the dono, my man. Thank you so much. You didn't have to do that. All donos, hold off on all donos and give them to your local homeless community. Yeah, if you guys ever want to donate to this stream, take that money and serve your community with it. But I do appreciate that. Is Top One anytime payouts worth it? I think so, brother. I think so. I use Top One. I have 3 accounts with them. A lot of our team uses Top One. A lot of us have gotten paid out with them fairly quickly too. So I like the anytime payouts. Right now, I think it's 55% off now until tomorrow. So all accounts 55% off. And then tomorrow, I think it goes down to like 40 or something. So today's probably the day. I might have to snag me like 1 or 2 to keep on deck at 55. I like 55. 55% off is fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is, bro. Great deal.
All right, do we get a top wick here? Yeah, just make sure you put in code TTE and that'll get you the 55%. Yeah. Yes, sir. All right, 1 hour closure in 10 minutes here. So it might be wise for us to wait on that. We're getting a top wick now on this 15. So yeah, I think we've waited long enough here that we can wait for this last 10-minute 1 hour. We've missed enough volume today to miss a little bit more. It is what it is, right? So let's wait on the 1 hour and then we'll go from there.
We're working OT on the weekend.
We're working OT here today. Patience is working out.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we got a couple minutes. 9 minutes for the closure. Let's wait. Let's wait. I bought 2 pro accounts. Oh, nice. How you liking the pro accounts, Marcos? Yeah, a lot of people actually have been telling me they like the pro accounts, which is nice. Yeah, they're cheaper too, which is good.
Yeah.
How many can you link together? You can link, so the instant funded, you can link 3. You can link 3 together. The pro account, though, you can link 7. Yeah, 7. Just got an account. Very nice. On me grind. He's on me grind now. Let's go. Let's get it. Yeah, I really like Top One futures, especially the fact that they have Project X. The whole project, this platform changed the game. Yeah, I like this better than TradingView, Trade08. Yeah, you know, what's it called? Trade Locker. Trade Locker and this are very similar. So I like both of those. I've been having fun on Trade Locker as well here. So yeah, I like Trade Locker and Project X. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
In my opinion, Project X and Trade Locker, for that matter, are both way better than TradingView. Execution-wise, closing trades-wise, and all that. No, you can't copy on Trade Locker, no. You can buy a different software, though, and you can copy accounts. I'm on Top Step, almost past my account. When can I request a first payout? With Top Step, you can request a payout after, what is it, 5 days, right? Is it still 5?
Wait, Top Step?
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 days of $200 profit,
Yeah,
and then
so
you can take out half, 50% of your profits.
there you go. So yeah, any if you stack 5 days that are going to be over 200, then on that 5th day you qualify for a payout and you can take half of your balance.
Yes, sir.
The pro account with the trailing drawdown, yeah, that's my only thing. So that's why I don't use the pro account, because I personally don't like that intraday trailing drawdown. I think it's a little bit harder, but for any type of like scalpers that know what they're doing, I think it's not a bad idea. But yeah, I agree. I don't like that trailing drawdown. But that's the thing, the pros and cons and all that. It's like it stiffens up there, but it's cheaper on the price, so you got to weigh out the yeah, you got to weigh the scales. Oh, yeah, you see? The discount ends in 15 hours. Yeah. But, yeah, so these are you guys can look everything up here and just go, check everything out, like the rules and all that stuff. I explained this a couple times, but I would say this is more so for, like, good scalpers who want to get in and out of the markets. This account is really good if you trade very similar to me and you've had a couple, you're starting to get profitable or starting to see some consistency in your trading. You get this because with this one, you skip the challenge. So you don't have to waste time doing the challenge. You go straight to the money. This is the challenge. So if you're still a beginner trader or if you're still kind of coming up in the game and you want it like a little bit better of a cost effective account, then I would go with this guy here. Yeah, these ones are much cheaper than these, but you got to go through the challenge and all that. Yeah, I've been using the instant funded for the last like month or so. John, you're on instant funded, right?
Yeah, I'm on the instant one too. I think the instant one's the best personally. I really like it so far.
Yeah, like obviously the elite
You're saving
challenge.
time.
Yeah, exactly. You save time and you save workload too, because the work you do on the front end when you take a challenge, it all gets erased, right? Once you get over to the funded account. So at least with the instant, the work that you do gets you the profit, gets you the payout. So it's just about, weighing out the pros and cons for your trading style and your approach to the market and then just picking one of them. But I think they're all pretty good.
Yeah. Yep.
This one's obviously going to be the most expensive price point because you're straight to the money, right? You're already funded. So, yeah. Activation fees. Yeah, there's an activation fee for this guy. It's $149. Is there an activation fee? No, these are all straight to sim. So, this one has the only activation fee and it's $149. This one you pay once and you're good to go. Oh, that 1 hour coming back up here, mate.
Yeah, man. Good thing for the range 2 buys, sells. Yeah, Austin. I only got one instant straight to sim instant funded with top 1 futures, but it's my first one with them, so I want to give them a shot. My plan is to get a payout, and then I'll probably get 2 or 3 more after.
Ow.
Would you say 40% off, Nick? Is it gonna be the new?
Yeah, 40. Oh, hold on. So I think some of you guys are getting it confused. So top 1 is two businesses, right? So you got top one trader, TOT, top 1 trader, and then you have top 1 futures. So so these are 2 different basically companies, right? So this one deals with forex, right? So that's the one where they have Trade Locker, and then this one is futures. And that's the one that you see me trading here. Futures. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys knew that or not, but it looks like there's a little confusion. So, all right. Well, this may conclude our time together. So it looks like the 1 hour closure is not going down here. May happen later, might not. I'm not too sure. I don't like the buys here at all. Yeah, happy I didn't participate in any sells yet. So that's that. Yeah,
Yes, sir, bro.
I would probably wait for closures below. Yeah, I really would love to see a 1 hour bearish closure and then some 15-minute closures below. But just to leave you guys with a little analysis, I think if we can close below at some point, you know, down the road, then I think these sells will play out here for us. But it's not ready yet, or at least it doesn't look like it is.
Yeah, I agree with that, bro.
Yeah, we got no volume. All the volume just cranked, you
Yeah.
know. This was all the volume here.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm gonna call it a weekend too. I'll be back Monday. Sniping
Yeah.
playbook setups again.
Yeah, we'll be back. We'll be back to snipe them. Don't worry, we got a new week. So I think next week is the last week, right, of the month. I think so, right? Yeah. Yeah, last week of the month here.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a big week ahead of us. Don't count me out yet today, because I might be interested in these sells a little later. So although that day's red right now, it might stay there. But if I got time later, I'll probably look at the charts. But I think I'm going to get off the charts for now and go hang out with the kids or something.
It could be a red day, but it's still gonna be a green week. So
True, true. Top Step. Yeah, Top Step has activation fees too. Yep. Yeah, it's 150. Same as Top One. Stay safe, y'all. All right, y'all. Hey, I hope you guys have a great day. This was an amazing week. I think the first, I think we took two losses this week, maybe. I think, yeah, today's and the other one in Asian. And other than that, we've been golden here. So we've been sticking to basically 1 trade, 2 trades, 3 trades, 3 trades, 1 trade here for today. And yeah, I might settle into that 1 loss and come back next week and do this thing all over again. So I hope you guys have a great weekend. Johnny Gems, appreciate you coming by as always and pulling up. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy that restaurant tonight.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, bro. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your gems. I'll talk to you a little bit later.
Yes, sir.
All right. And chat.
See you
Hope you
later,
guys all have
brother.
a good day. God bless you all. I'll see you all at Clubhouse. I'll see you tomorrow on the webinar. YouTube. Catch y'all Monday. Right.
Yeah,
Peace
yeah.
out, game.
All right, Johnny Gems.
Peace, bro.
All right, chat.
See you, bro.
Great session here today. I hope you guys really do have a great weekend. I hope this live stream has been a blessing to you this week. And come back next week, and we'll get a chance to do it all over again. All right. Love y'all. Blessings to you and your family. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys Monday. Later,
God gave me
G's.
the keys, so I'm locking
Yeah,
them.
I'm outta here.
TikTok,
Later.
watch how I be clocking it. Felt the Holy Spirit on the stage when I was walking in. If you got a problem with me, you gon' have to talk to him. Big facts. This for heaven, not for big stacks. So that Range Rover Deuces, I don't miss that. Had to get up my excuses on a diss track. I'll be walking.
Hey, yo, crank it up.
zigzags,
Crank it up.
zigzag, no more over. Tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get a prize if you get down low. Ayy, had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, whoa, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard it drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard it drop. Drop, drop, just kill the beat. It's a whole song about humility. I stay clear where the ceilings sit, cause I know that's where many other villains be. Me and my fam try to keep a low profile. Head stay straight, don't worry about a profile. Can't burn out when you keep it on the low dial. They say no, wait, now they saying oh wow. No more over, tell him adios. Started from the bottom, now we with the Holy Ghost. Only way to get a prize if you get down low, ayy. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop. Yeah, whoa, yeah. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop. Yeah, whoa. Had to make it to the top just to see how hard they drop. I never stopped, God brought me to the top. Guess I gotta wait around to see how hard they drop. Okay, yeah. Hey, how you start is how you finish. Like 9 to 5. put on my J's, you already know the dealer. But this ain't a game, this is life, this is a killer. He'll try to trap your soul, I ain't talking Bryson Tiller. But really he's a dog, standing next to a gorilla. My ability to go grill a beat is from Elohim. Ain't no competition in my game, it's just me on me. And this composition ain't for fame, it's for G.O.G. Tell the devil go back where you came, cause we walking free. Hop on the stage and I'm ready for war. I'm not the same person I was before. I see revival breaking on the floor. I pray it makes its way out of the door. In Jesus' name we breaking out of Hades. I might be doing this until I'm 80. I leveled up all the way just to say that ain't how you start, it's how you finish. How you feel like 9 to 5, we stand on business. Just to catch up, you gon' need a village. Okay, we got no limits, huh? We got no limits. I was in a dark place, listening to dark days, in a prison of my mind. Stuck inside the fast lane, always unattached, and about ready to end my time. Until you came and found me, and opened up the truth, that everything around me was made to worship you. Cause life is good. Cause life is good, and it keeps getting better. Why would I be stressed when I know who made the weather good? And it keeps getting greater. Why would I be stressed about some stuff that happens later? I'm not sad today. Every day with you is like Saturday. It's good, and it keeps getting better. Why would I be stressed when you work all things together? Situation can't make or break me when I was made by you. The season doesn't get to define me when I'm defined by you. The situation can't make or break me when I was made by you.
You keep on running around. You keep on running around. These games. These games. 100 grand.
Run around, got a lot fools. And I still got the crown like a bad tooth. I am cool, I don't gotta act cool. Just follow where I lead you, pack mule. Blowing through the budget, the cash ain't nothing. The way I flip back, straight tens from the judges. Yeah, I'm the too big, can't flush it. Probably gotta plunge it. Word is, this 10 years in the making. Word is, I'm bringing home the bacon. Word is, they don't see what it take to make it. But the word on the streets, I make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word Word on the streets, I make it look easy. Easy, 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 too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy. Make it look easy, but it's not easy. Whip got wings, yeah, I feel like Ron Weasley. Live like kings, so the money ain't measly. Hits like Sting, honey, you cannot beat me. Did it so casual, must be a natural. Heard him say, Yeah, it was gradual, but it's diagonal, going up. Me in the capital, super compatible, got me like, Let's go.
Gotta hop in my step, gotta bounce in my walk. Rubber bands from the check, it was more than I thought. Fresh press, squeaky clean, wide awake, what a dream.
Hey there, hi, hello, what's the word, baby? Tell me you know, cause I know that the word is this 10 years in the making. Word is I'm bringing home the bacon. Word is they don't see what it take to make it, but the word on the street side make it look easy. I'm flattering, cool, way too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. I'm actually smooth, it's far too easy. Word on the streets I make it look easy. Easy, 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 too easy. Word on the street is I make it look easy. Too easy.
No, I'm sitting there. I think that's the one, though.
Yeah. Remix. Remix. We back at it. Phew. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get it. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God. Come on. God made rivers, God made lakes. God made me, so you gotta pay my rate. Y'all got holy Bible pockets on me, thank God we straight. Even though I might pull up late, I ain't never too late. I'm saying my grace like God is great. Decorate this ice like birthday cake, just tap to the food, I'll make my plate. I don't mean to be rude, you fake your face. Pull up in the church in the rave. You know I'm going on like Marvin Gaye. I keep on K, just pardon me. You new to the game like Shawshank. I gotta let go like love, forgive me. You know we in the house. We gotta go up like chimney. It's not just on me, it's in me. Devil, you can pull up in the hood if you want to. South Park, who killed Kenny? Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You don't smoke with any. With any. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God.
I need bass, attention on me, call me bae. Money bass, it took my soul, you buy me bae. Greed and sway, lowly, humble, which one lasts? The demon stepping, blew them thing back like Christmas past. Let go, let grace, let go, live life. Can't help myself, you took them stripes, you took my strife. How I can't forget them folks, but try to leave my way. I mean it, Memphis Rocky, hear your father, turn your cheek, don't fight. I'm rapping my tail off, I'm shipping the mail off. I'm getting my prayers off, taking my hands off. I wake in the morning, then get out the box like Kellogg's. So much from day to day, feel like a featherweight, gave it to God to take care of. Hey, few, I let go, let God, let me go catch my red eye.
Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God, let go, let God.
I am KB, that there 1K, tell them twin identical. Pride on minimal life behind these thoughts, my album criminal. I can't do subliminals, what you think is not this critical. Watch